Hello, friends! Welcome back. It is Tomb of Annihilation night. It has been a long time. We've been on hiatus for the month of December. Hi, friends. Welcome to the Dungeons and the Dragons. I just got to play last night in the Crescent Chronicles, and now I get to DM. I'm excited about this. This is again my D&D heart is very full right now. But yeah, we're jumping back in, and if y'all are prepared and ready, we can dip back into the world of Forgotten Realms, into the land of Chult, the world of Turil, actually, in the land of Chult, in the city of Omu, the Forbidden City, in fact. Our camera fades in on the entrance chamber to Omu, that place you guys went through when you first entered into the city, with all the sort of markings and hieroglyphs over the walls. We see all the scribbling still there, the place thoroughly abandoned, footprints littering the ground floor, trampling many of the plants. But yeah, we open up onto this empty ruin, and our camera zooms in on the hieroglyphs and the many graffiti scrapings on the wall that sort of interlace in between them, and the colors seem to mix and bleed into the hieroglyphs, bringing them to life and illustrating the past events of our party. Oh man! It's Dustin! He jumped in just in time! Kill that bot!
Everyone's dead.
Everybody died!
Well, the murder plan's gone.
Everybody's gone but me.
Welcome, welcome.
All the cameras rearranged
We're
again.
surrounded by three very angry red wizards. We managed to kill one, so
everybody's dead. We zoom in on these hieroglyphs as the colors bleed into the motifs and start to illustrate the scenes of the past. We see our party entering Omu, meeting Orvex for the first time, learning of his employment with the Red Wizards and their plans here, effectively to take the Soulmonger with them. We see the party learning of sort of the functions of this forbidden city, the trickster gods and their shrines, a great tale about their birth, their creation, their interaction with the god Ub Tao, and sort of a creation myth that formed around this very beautiful society, once beautiful society. You learn of the many shrines throughout the city and the keys nestled therein, the trials that you would have to face to get all of them, and when combining all these keys together, Captain Planet, but not really Captain Planet, I had to say that, you can, apparently, there is a great door, a chamber leading deeper down into the city where the real treasures hide. And that was the goals of the Red Wizards, and those goals have now become your own, since you are technically after the same thing. Orvex is telling the truth. We recap the party's progress so far. We see the scenes of them entering the shrine of Kubazan, passing its many challenges, the great fog-hemoth creature, which the party managed not to agitate, and the trial within to achieve the first puzzle cube. We would see our party then move on to another shrine at another day, the Shrine of Shigambi, where a great arena challenge waited for them within. And the parties, more sturdy individuals, stepped up to the plate. I believe it was both War and Berlin to face down this challenge as well, unlocking yet another cube to add to the 9 that you will need to open the great door of this city. And then we catch up to the final scenes where last we left our party, as you had gone to investigate a campsite where smoke had been spotted in days before sifting into the sky. You found an abandoned campsite with a yellow banner marking possibly a place where the company of the Yellow Banner, a company that was employed before you by your current patron, who's no longer with us, unfortunately. I've forgotten his name. I can't believe it. let me
Samuel Dren.
Samuel Dren, thank you. But upon investigating the camp, you came toe-to-toe with a red wizard. Memories flashing back of the first time you met one, and the unfortunate death of one of your dear friends, Riak. Before a fight could break out, though, an individual going by the name of Victor, powerful wizard, stepped in between to intervene and broker peace between the two parties. You all agreed to go with them and meet the rest of the red wizards, at which point you infiltrated their camp in one of the prominent markets of the past empire of Omu. In its sort of skeletal bones, you came to know the members of this camp. You met the gate guard, Phasma. You met, of course, the red wizard who you almost went toe to toe with, Dyrax, a very a young kind of brazen individual who's seems like he's probably goes for things a little over his head. But and also probably a little psychotic in the head. You met Phasma at the door. Didn't really get to interact with her much. She seemed a little pushy, a little nervous, a little anxiety-ridden individual. But she was the watch. Upon entering in, you met Yamuk, very large. Not the wizard type. Definitely more the barbarian fighter type. Yamuk, tawny, darker skin. All of them bald. All of them with the tattoos on their brows and probably shoulders, arms. I would note that Yamek's would be white. They would be white tattoos to differentiate him. And you would meet probably one of the most interesting of the lot, the leader, Zagmira, introduced to you by Victor. A woman whose face is split in half. Part of her looks to be an elderly, older woman, probably reaching the end of her years, and the other half young, a youth just coming into the prime of her life. But she speaks much as an old woman and with the wisdom and experience of an old woman as well. After integrating into the camp, being welcomed in, being treated with hospitality, for the most part, in every corner. You also met a Judas, a traitor of the camp, who had a quest for Alexandria as well to get some poisons, and it had some things up for trade. But I think there was quite a few interactions with the party. I believe Frisha and Yamek made a relationship, which is interesting. Brolin and Dyrax made a relationship too, but probably not quite as good. After sort of integrating your way in, you were invited by Zagmira and Victor to speak in a chamber that had its entrance silenced with some form of magic. Upon entering in, Zagmira explained the reasons for the Red Wizards being here. They are in search of great and powerful relics within the city, but the surface is infested with Yuan-Ti. They believe that deeper down below there is greater treasures that the Yuan-Ti have not yet pillaged. They are in the midst of trying to collect puzzle cubes, and you would see one, boom, plunk right down onto the table, the puzzle cube of Wongo, the monkey trickster god. So it would seem that that Orvex is correct, that these red wizards are in the same path that you all are. The last place we left off was Zagmira offering an alliance that you and her, the red wizards and your party would work together to collect these puzzle cubes and to pilfer together the treasures below. And that is where we left off. And I'm going to change our music up a little bit. Little bit. Oh yeah, that's right. I only use Inquisitive in this adventure, so we're gonna turn Inquisitive on. That's my absolute favorite track. Yes. Good. Okay. Let me flip us over to the tabletop here. Very cool.
Fireball.
I would like all of you to make a group deception check. Because when this... Oh, what's up?
I also have notes that said next time, insight checks, and search camp for why the UNT don't...
Ah, yeah.
Just
Those
as reminders.
Keep those in. Keep those in. I will allow insight checks, obviously. You guys will be able to check away. But I do want everyone to make a deception check. I need a group deception check. I'm going to get my calculator out here. Because when that puzzle cube lands on that table, Zagnira is staring right at your party, and I want to see if anybody reacts. Because you have seen this before. And feel free to whisper it to me or put it out into... Oh, man. All right, everybody's got to carry Alexander. I've got two rolls so far.
Don't worry. Brolin...
3.
Brolin has a face of stone.
All right.
-1 to my roll.
You just got to pass
Let's
her
go.
passive. So let me get my calculator out.
So this is going well.
Oh, God.
All right, Frisha.
All right,
bring
that's
up
it.
the average.
That's all of them. That's all of them.
Yes, the puzzle cube. The puzzle cube of the city. The puzzle cube to get into the tube. The puzzle.
The one we've never, ever seen before.
Yes.
All right, 20
Hey, it's that puzzle cube.
plus. Okay, interesting. Or plus. All right.
We are so...
I don't want to be an adult anymore.
We're fucked.
There's your average. It's 6.8. Sorry, that
What did Alex roll?
Free shit.
It's really low. It was only a 20.
All right. So,
no!
Well, this is going well.
you put the puzzle. She puts the puzzle cube down.
I want her to roll her insight. I want to...
Yeah, you can roll an insight, but you need to tell me what you're trying to incite from her. But I would say in this moment, because I'll do this deception first. She's put the puzzle cube down. It's the last thing that happened. She gave you her offer. Put the puzzle cube down to say, and we have one already. And she puts it on the table, and she gauges the party. And there is an eyebrow raise that goes quite far up on her. We see it just sort of crinkle. All of like the wrinkly skin. There are tears that are just coming up on the wrinkly side, the elderly side of her face, with the eyebrow that raises as she looks at the party, who I imagine is all just sort of staring at it. And there might even I don't know who it was, but there might have been a somewhere in the party. Like,
It's like somebody's just licking their lips, like.
I don't know. I think it is. Yeah. From her perspective, she definitely is looking at you like.
Frisha has
He knows we know something.
Oh, hey, it's that cube that we need.
I don't know if it has to. I mean, you can be that brazen if you want to, Brolin. But you were asking for an insight check, Brolin. Yeah. What are you trying to insight?
Yeah. What she you know?
What's she what?
Did she know that we know?
Yeah. Make an insight check right now. Go for it. That's all you.
My insight's better than my wisdom. Oh no.
You know what? Yeah. She's that I will even give that to you. You're pretty sure the look on her face. So that eyebrow raises and there's just a little there's a little bit of a smirk in the back of her mouth where you can definitely tell that she knows that this is probably not the first time some of you have seen one of these before.
Frisha looks shocked that she would slam something that big and heavy down on the table, but has never seen one of those before.
Was because her offer to us was like working together and all
Her
that, right?
offer was an alliance instead of working against each other with the threat of the UNT hanging over both parties. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and and her offer was essentially a mutual alliance that you would both be able to work in tandem towards collecting these cubes. But I think before anything else is said with the way that roll went, as she puts this down, so she'll kind of like smug to herself, like kind of roll out her sleeves and fold her arms and just say, "So, what do you say?"
Can we tell if her offer is genuine?
You can make a
If she's like, I just want to know where your cubes are and then destroy you.
make an insight check for me.
I've got an eye over War's shoulder.
I'm actually gonna have
Take my advantage.
make an insight check. No.
I am assisting. No.
Oh, you want to?
Can I
Oh,
help
you
her?
want to assist? How are
Help.
you assisting? That's my curiosity.
I just want to come from like up behind a shell.
Kind of look up. You like got his ear, kind of thing. Yeah, if you've got his ear, if you're willing to whisper something to him, I'll give War a roll. But if he succeeds, I need to know what you whispered to him.
She's lying.
Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Okay, that's a little better.
A little better.
From what you can tell, War. Let me see here. Let me think. You are trying to decide if she's being genuine.
Yeah, like, is it an actual offer that she's putting on the table?
You can incite that she does, yes, want to have an alliance with you. The stability of that alliance,
Right.
I think that you could tell that she's well aware. She's well aware that you guys are here for your own reasons, and is definitely going to she doesn't trust you any more than you trust her, kind of situation. So as far as an alliance can go, she's looking to not make another enemy here, and she's imagining neither do you. So this is it's a legitimate offer to an alliance as to basically not step on each other's toes. Whether or not she'll throw the alliance out the window, I mean, I think you think that's as possible as you guys throwing the alliance out the window too. You think that it's probably equally as possible. But she definitely wants to serve her own ends as you guys want to serve yours. I think that's what you get. She's got a thing about her where she feels as though she's kind of got you guys in a bit of a corner of like, you need my help, but I need yours. Like,
she don't know me.
Do this.
There are only 2 wizards in this room.
There are only 2 wizards in this room.
No, there could be 3. Victor's
I
in
guess
the
there are
room.
3
yeah.
wizards in this room.
Victor's here also.
Victor is in the room. Victor looks. There's a little bit of nervousness, but he looks confident and like sort of looking at you guys, kind of like it's good. It's a pretty good offer kind of situation where he's just like, "What are you going to say?"
We know he has teleport, so very high level.
Listen,
Yes,
guys.
you did learn that from Judas.
That is in my notes.
There's only 2 of them. I say,
Here we go. Here we go.
fuck them up. I'll counter her spell. All right. Then I need War to find a new home for his axe. Preferably an old one.
Or a
And
young
then everybody
one.
else, well, we'll gang up on the young one after the old one's dead.
No, I mean she's split in half. Her face is young/old. That's never mind. It was a joke.
She has stepped up in front of the stone slab, using it as a table, and sort of lean back against it. When she's facing you guys. There's nothing in between you and her.
The table's a ward.
It's just, I mean, if you are shy, then perhaps you need some time to yourselves. We can leave. Give you a moment to speak to each other about the decision. It is a important one.
I'll show you, shy fireball.
Do you?
We're in a 20 by
Yes,
smaller than
point
20 by
blank
20
range.
room, right?
Point blank,
Go.
Kyle?
Damn it. No.
Hit yourself in the face with the fireball so
You're
that you...
rolling disadvantage already.
Who wanted to play in Avernus?
I know this is probably a joke, but Kyle, are you...
Oh, no.
No,
Okay.
of course not.
All right.
No,
I
This is
just
more of
wanna
a
know.
lightning bolt situation.
I mean, she'll just cancel my spell. That'll happen.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but she cancels your spell, and then I Tasha's hideous laughter because it's hilarious.
It's a good spell.
No.
So yeah, she's offered the room to you if you guys need it to discuss. As I imagine, since nothing has been spoken from the party yet, you're probably all kind of like looking at each other like. A lot of what's being said are like they're unspoken words. It just looks.
I think a moment.
A moment is granted. Victor, let us give them some time to speak among themselves. And she turns and picks up the cube and slips it into her robe.
Damn.
I
And
was about to make a hole in the wall.
Make a fast one.
she steps towards the exit, and Victor does a you first, and she nods at his politeness, and turns to you and says, just so you are aware, this door is sealed from any kind of verbal component or sound, so your conversation will be quite private. At which point she bows and leaves the room.
I don't buy it.
Victor would, as she leaves the room, Victor, being left with all of you, turn and he says, "Well, I hope you make the right decision. Yeah. See you in a moment." And he will walk out. I believe that was Victor's voice. He will exit. And you guys are left alone in this chamber. This is a stone chamber. It probably once served as some form of storage. Though there is stone on the floor, like there's tiled mosaic floor, stone on the floor. A lot of it is cracked and damaged from whatever
Perception
kind of earth.
check.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make one. And there's just a stone slab that probably was moved in here later. You can definitely tell just from the scrapes in the ground, like it has been purposed to be in the center of this room. This room has been sort of made to be this way, probably recently and probably by red wizards. Perception check, just glancing around the room.
Are we alone? For real?
From what you can see, yeah, you are entirely alone.
Start poking at the air.
Yeah, you see Valfine go around and start feeling the walls, poking the air. Yeah. While you were doing that, what are the rest of us?
So, I don't know about you, but I think she read us like one of Alfine's books.
You think my books are easy to read?
Yeah.
They're not. Thanks.
So, side note here. All of you need to learn how to lie.
It's not in me. Look at me.
I'm dealing with some back pain right now, so it's a little difficult. Thanks.
That's the skill my mother's proficient at. It's not something I ever
Then at
wanted
least
to pick
some
up.
of us will be good at it. Because I obviously never lie.
So, what do we do?
Obviously, we should take a deal.
Should have lightning bolted them when we had the chance.
Or not the lightning bolt route.
How solid are the walls here? And can we fortify this room against them?
You said they were stone, right?
They're stone walls. There is a crack going down the back wall of the room. It seems fairly hefty. But other than that, most of this chamber stayed stable. But looking straight up, you would see the roof is not in the greatest condition. It is made out of like the floor that was up there is wood for like a second story perhaps. But it looks rotted through in a couple places. That would be you would see some daylight peeking in from some of the cracks of the floorboards. But I mean, yeah, you could if you want to fortify in here. There's only one door in and out, unless you make a new one.
We're not thinking of horde mode, are we?
No, there's too many wizards, and we're boxed into a full fire effect fireball. Like, it's too easy for them to just nuke us.
That's a lot of D6s that you can't escape from. I don't have evasion yet.
Well, I might as well just work with them until we don't want to anymore.
Yeah, it's easier to work with them.
No,
You should totally work with them, and none of you should talk about it.
You're awfully brash today, Frisha. It's out of
This
character.
player is sick.
Fair?
No, we should. I was just saying, since everyone got caught lying.
Didn't get caught lying. Just couldn't hide our reactions.
We
Okay.
just got caught not giving all the information away. We weren't actively playing it down.
That's true.
Yeah, it's only smart to hold on to some cards.
So
Yeah, it could have been pride that she might have been impressed.
I also don't like that deal came with nothing for either side.
No conditions. I agree.
It was work together to get the puzzle groups. But once that happens, then what?
Well, they kill us.
Right.
But she points to the temple of her forehead. Not before we kill them.
This is
It's
actually
so-
coming out of her mouth right now.
It's so crazy. It just might
I
work.
can't tell what's sarcasm and what isn't. Out of character.
I am only kidding, of course.
especially since they can hear everything we're saying.
I checked the room,
Most
but
likely.
that doesn't count for anything magical.
So I think we should just become their friends and help them find some of these cubes that they're looking for.
Well, they've certainly been more helpful than anything else that we've encountered thus far, including their ancient language translator, who turned out to be useless.
I wouldn't say useless.
Isn't he in the room?
Yeah, or Vex is right here.
Was he? I don't know if
No.
you brought him.
No,
I
no,
don't think
so.
he's
Think
with
so.
them now, man.
Oh yeah.
We returned him to his home.
Right
His
here, we
rightful
see
owners.
the dots. Or there's
Where'd he go?
no more Vex.
Let's split up, gang.
While we have a moment alone in here, War's gonna look around to see if there's anything in this room that could be keeping Yuan Ti away.
Oh yeah, go ahead and make you're just looking around?
Yeah, he doesn't know if it's something in here.
Yeah, make a
Around,
you are searching for something you're specifically looking what
Right.
keeps them away. Go and make a roll.
Not good rolls tonight.
Yeah, you imagine that. This room probably doesn't hold much information for you. It would be elsewhere. You think you'd have to get a wider scope to maybe understand why. Yeah, this room just seems like a storage room made into a speaking quarters.
Allergies. That's what's keeping them away.
What?
Allergies.
To what?
Fireballs.
They're allergic to something in here. Fireballs. Most people are allergic to fireballs. You'd be surprised to learn.
Your
And they're
uncanny
not-
wit?
Is that abnormal for me, Valky? To be witty?
I just know that I have allergic reactions to it, generally.
So I feel like we should at least, quote unquote, take the deal. For now.
We should take the what is the least likely for us to die in this moment deal.
Right.
We are surrounded.
I mean, I don't like
outnumbered.
working with red mages either, but you know, if we're all working towards the same goal for now, I don't see why not. I don't trust them, but they're better than the snake people.
So now that we've all agreed and literally said the same thing 3 or 4 times, are we gonna go tell them that we accept the deal?
Yeah, they're waiting outside the door. Any of you could go out and invite them back in.
What are we telling them exactly? That we'll work with them to what? What do we want out of it? It's gonna be weird if we just say yes.
Well, we are treasure hunters, are we not?
Yeah, we
We
already
wanna
passed
cut.
that law.
Of course.
From Congo.
From whatever these things. There's gotta be something in there that they don't particularly want. We'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
I would like who interacted with the letter at the camp? There was
The
a letter.
letter?
There was a letter.
Letter at the camp. Oh,
Yeah, because I have something that
Who
might
the-
come up.
who brought that up?
I was too
Um,
busy stabling my zombies.
Yeah, who took it out? Who read it?
That was at the campsite when we first.
The note from Lord Brixton?
Yes.
I
I
have
think all
notes, but I don't remember who
I
was
think
reading.
Roland found it, but multiple of us read it.
Yeah, I need to know. Yeah, if you all read it. Let me see here.
I feel like Roland picked it up. I remember that. Kind of.
They were seeking the Eye of Zeltek.
Yeah, they were. That would be a pretty good cover.
Yeah.
We were seeking the Eye of Zuldar.
Zeltek.
Zuldar.
Yeah, Zuldar sounds like somebody I met at a tavern once.
The Eye of Zabumafu.
Oh no. Not
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
oh
So that's
my
our plan?
God.
protected by the Crap Brothers.
So, I guess Felicia is going to start negotiations,
Okay, so you're going out to summon them back in?
and I'm going to start negotiations.
Yeah. Zagmira and Victor will step back in, just say, and Zagmira sort of just sort of waddles her way in. She's got a cane kind of situation. Victor's sort of at her side, making sure she's sort of walking okay. She's an elderly woman, or is she? We don't know. As she comes in, she'll say, I've been in here for a little while. So have you come to a decision then? She goes right towards the slab and leans up against it.
Okay. We want 60-40 us.
60-40.
What?
We're starting negotiations.
What have we done? What have we done?
That's
Just let it happen, Valfine.
make yeah. You making a persuasion check? Oh my god! She smiles. She smiles for a moment, and
What?
she says, 60-40. You are right to business, aren't you? And she says, of all the treasure that we find, you want 60%.
Yeah, of course.
Well, seeing that we are in the predicament that we are in now, I can't see how I could refuse you. 60-40 it is. But I have to wonder, is it just gold that you're after in this ancient city? Anything in specifics?
Oh, I also asked for the eye in particular.
Eye of Zoltek. Yes, I think we were aware of the presence of such an artifact. Though there are many, I can see that not being an issue. If we
Also,
do so
I
come across
make up
it.
one, like off the top of my head.
Make a deception check.
Here we go.
God.
Battle of. Oh!
Any... She'll... Yeah.
Wait. You can use your inspiration.
If you want
Okay,
to.
I'll use my inspiration in
Okay.
this because I never use my inspiration.
Okay, yeah. Take the coin off your name.
It's just a bad time to remind us that we were trying to not
Do it
do that
before
after the
rolls.
fact.
Natural
we are
20
not-
to natural 1. That's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Make a reroll.
God.
We're not
30
doing that. We're not doing it after the.
You leaving it?
Yeah, we're not doing it after the fact.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we were not supposed to. That's right.
And
Um,
the left ear of Zabu.
Yeah. What do you say? What do you say? Do you say the left ear of Zabu?
Yeah, the left ear of Spoon too.
She looks at you and she says, "Sure." She says, if we come across your, it's all yours.
You can have the right ear though; it's less useful.
It's deaf, don't you know?
I hope you are all not fun and games. I hope there is skill among you. I believe there is. Says, well, if we're going to be working together, then I imagine that we need to set a few ground rules, yes? Some creature comforts for all of us. Says, I'm going to come out very, what's the word, foot forward. I have seen the faces of people who, let's just say how to word this delicately. Starstorm never hired me to be a diplomat. Listen, I know that you've seen one of these before. She takes out the puzzle, puts it down, says, let's just say that the looks on your faces seemed a little more surprised than I expected. I would imagine confusion would come more to those who have never seen one of these, but yes.
Well, I have to admit, we did see one in a book once. One of our friends here is a little bit of a bit.
Well, be that as it may, it expedites the process. If you know what this is, then you know what they can do. You know their importance, and obviously what I've explained already was probably not even necessary. But it's good. Good to know that you have awareness of this, whether you are seeking them or not. In any case, there is a bit of information I'd like to share as well, along with a few ground rules, to bring us all up to speed with one another. Of course, if you have any information of yourselves you wish to share for the betterment of our alliance, feel free to do so. Of course, if you wish to keep any secrets, I'm not going to fault you either. Just know, one and the same, we have ours. Doesn't mean we can't work together, though. She says, first and foremost, the ground rules. I in no way wish to disrupt your current dynamic. You seem to have all... You walk as if you have been together for some time. I believe in team dynamics being a very important part of any group, and I don't wish to muddle the pool. Basically, we do not need to work hand in hand, simply to each other's betterment. You can go along with the party that you have now. If you do require assistance, you could take one of our mercenaries, perhaps a red wizard if you need more strength. I would allow one of my underlings to come with you, though I would advise caution for some of them, namely the young male. As I already understand, you've had a bit of an interaction. I don't want any kind of tensions to explode. I want everything to go seamlessly. If you need the help of, perhaps instead, Orvex, his services are yours to use, as well as, Victor here, who I imagine would also be available to you. But I request that you take no more than one with you on any expedition from this place, as we still need to thoroughly defend this area. You have a uniqueness among you. You have managed to traverse this area without attracting too much attention of the UNT. Thus far you have survived, which is unique. We do not have the same luxury, as we have come to the combat of them many times. You can go out in the full force that you wish, if that is your wish, and we will go about our findings of the shrines in our own way. We will bring together the resources that we collect over time, and when we've found all the cubes, the treasures below will be ours. Does that sound reasonable?
Aye.
Good.
Yes, that sounds completely reasonable.
Good. And she says, excellent. That will avoid any future agitation between our two parties. Allow us to work together seamlessly. And the second, the information that we have. We know the location of 2 shrines thus far, and we can direct them to you. One is directly east from here. It is in a large pool of water, just southwest of the. Oh, I need to move you guys. You guys are on the wrong. Just southwest of the local waterfall. You will find it. It's fairly obvious. We have yet to discover more within. It is fairly close to the palace of the UNT and Rossin Sea. So we have yet to thoroughly look through it. The other is a bit far from here. You saved Orvex recently, yes? We were on the brink of discovering another shrine. Behind that, it was behind the complex that you found him in. You will find it there. It is the only solitary building hugging the cliffs, far to the southwest. These are 2 that we know of, and I share this information with you freely in the hopes that you can acquire the cubes that lie within and bring them back here.
Oh, where did you find that one? Just so we don't look in the same spot.
Of course. Directly to the west. It is why we took up here in the first place. It just happened to be chance that this was such a safe haven from the attacks of the UNT. Luck of the gods, as it would be. But directly to the west, there is a building but a block. Yeah.
Over that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Says it took some time, but with our more secretive, smaller bands, expeditions, we were able to get inside, discover its secrets, and acquire the cube you see here.
And
Very
what do
well
you know
done.
about the UNT?
What'd you say, War? Sorry.
And what do you know about the UT?
I know that they are ruthless, that they are infesting this place like roaches in a pantry that's been left out to dry. They are seemingly countless in their reinforcements. We've been attacked 3 times since we have been here so far, and they seem to be bloody good at finding us. That's why I'm surprised we've survived here for the last 48 hours. It is why we still well defend this place. See, I am expecting at any moment for another attack to come upon us and for our luck to run out, as that has been the theme of Omu thus far. I advise caution when facing. Yes?
I thought you said they didn't attack this place.
They didn't, but I am ready for them to do so if they will. A good leader is always prepared.
You said they seem endless. No way to stop them.
So far, we have killed a number of theirs, almost doubling our own casualties, and yet they have still come to attack us. This Rawson Sea, yes?
I was just going to ask, sorry to interrupt.
No.
If you knew the source, where they were coming from.
Oh, yes, we know the source. We stepped right into their little nest. A grave mistake that lost me many men and women of Thay. Says the great walled palace, dominating the eastern portion of this city. Avoid it at all costs. Upon entering, we were immediately assaulted.
How far in did you get?
Well, we got a good distance inside, started searching the buildings. It wasn't maybe an hour before they found us. Attacked in a force of 15. Came from everywhere, it would seem. And when we downed one, 2 more would take its place. So we left with what we could. If you enter there, I advise going invisibly if you can. Or else not at all.
So no option of clearing to make this easier.
We have had a single unit go in there with much more success, coming back alive, but with no information, unfortunately. It is how we discovered that moving in large bands is not exactly the best idea. They seem very keen on finding larger groups. That's why I'm so surprised you've made it as far as you have, without facing some of the similar kind of issues.
You consider 5 a large group?
Well, it's smaller, yes. We have resorted to 3 at most. It has kept us alive for the last few days. We did move at one point in a group of 30, which was ill-advised.
There's no real secret to it. Those that challenge us don't fare well.
She says, yes, it must be
Brolin
the case
is
if you've survived
very
so
small.
far. This is why I think we should work together as surviving members of civilization. Our party still stands fast, and so does yours. Together we will be invincible. We will find the secrets of this place and leave both of us rich. Says,
I mean, I'm already sold.
good. That's all
I
I
think
really
we
had
should
to
go-
say.
Go explore some more. We're good at that.
Absolutely. Your freedom is your own. I have no intent to command you, but my information is shared. Our ground rules are set. You may take one person with you if you wish, though I advise smaller parties as always will be better. You never know if one more is the breaking
Move the
point.
group of us off of this thing. I just want to see real quick.
Oh yeah, you want... Okay, yeah. I can move the group of you. Boop. Yeah,
Thank you.
I'll put you over here. Whoop, boop. Okay.
Pretty sure is planning
She says, I'm glad we were able to come to such a peaceful conclusion, and I look forward to our future partnership. And at which point you'd see Victor, he'd come forth, he'd say, yes, it is good. I am, I must say, I am excited. And he looks over to Zagmir and she says, don't think this has got you off the hook, Victor. We still need your power. At which point he says, of course, Zagmir, but at the very least this makes up for what I lack. He says, it was good of you to find them. For both of our benefits, of course. And to the party. Justice to the party. And he says, I hope that Sauce Tom will find it in his heart to forgive me then. He says, yes, I will put in a good word for you. As long as all of this works out just fine. And he'll nod his head and look to the rest of you and just say, welcome to the camp. And yeah, they have no more purpose in this room. They will probably shuffle out unless you guys have anything else to say to them. Zagmir will wait.
Nope. I think we should shuffle out as well.
I would open the floor if there's anything else you want to ask or need.
I'm fine. Is everybody else good?
Yeah, I'm solid.
I've been sitting for a long time. I'd like to get moving.
Perfect. And feel free to use this place as a base of operations. Come back anytime you need rest. I highly suggest that. And she hobbles out of the room. Victor has already left as well.
So are we leaving?
What's the plan from here?
Yeah, you guys are in the. Imagine you leave the room, unless you want to talk alone. Yeah, it's up to you guys where you want to go. If you want to bring someone from this camp with you, you could bring Orvex again. You could bring a red wizard. You could bring one of the slave mercenaries. You could bring Victor. Oh yeah, Zagmira would mention that she's not leaving. By the way. Zagmira's not leaving. She's not an option.
You are coming.
We have your leader.
Yeah, for that reason, for sure. Also, she's old.
So yeah, I think we should grab Orvex because I feel bad leaving Orvex behind.
Yeah.
He did look a tad uncomfortable.
And I think we should go explore this building right here. In this building in particular.
So I was thinking,
Where?
maybe before we go, maybe we should stock up on supplies.
War, we've talked, or not war. Berlin, we've talked about how dangerous that is.
What?
Thinking.
Oh, get out of here.
I think we're pretty good on supplies at the moment. We can always come back. We're welcome.
We have a base now, supposedly. Always return. I would still keep a couple eyes open.
Yeah, and Prisha is encouraging everyone to leave the wizard place, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yes, it is time for us to get moving.
Who's picking up Orvex?
Is someone going to pick up Orville Redenbacher?
As we're walking by Orvex, I grab him and we're taking this one, and continue.
She will, you see Zagmira, she's near a fire, she's in the middle of speaking with two other red wizards, she's near the hearth, she turns and she says, "Ah yes, the scholar, he has served you well thus far, good luck, and we will see you, soon."
Make a show of protesting how useless he was before, and how we should bring somebody a little more talented.
Oh, yeah. In front of Orvex? In front of Orvex?
Yeah, he's right
Oh
there.
no.
Yeah,
Wow, it's pretty low, Alexandria. Jeez.
yeah, I think, yeah, when you bring that up, Orvex will just say, "You know, she's not wrong. I have risked my life a few times thus far, and And though I am extremely excited to be back in my, extremely excited to be back with my old friends, and very excited to have been with you, my new friends, I am not opposed to either. Staying here is safe. And I'm very happy to be here. No one's listening to him.
I'm listening to Orvex.
Or, I could go with you too if you feel that my services are useful to you. I want to be useful. If I'm not in a situation, then please do not waste the resource on me. If Sagmira has offered you anyone, says, personally, I would take Victor, but it's up to you. Take whoever you want. Just don't take. He points over to Dyrex. Don't take Dyrex. Just don't.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, joking aside, Victor is probably going to be more helpful than. No offense.
well, Victor's for later.
What?
Oh, there's plans.
I will not
I'm
protest.
not actually saying that out loud.
Oh,
Character.
yeah. Yeah, Orvex will go. He won't protest, but he doesn't care either way. It's up to the party.
Whoa.
Well, since Alexandria's been so vocal, are there any other suggestions from you?
Wait
If we're
for
not-
me.
Yeah.
If we're not to take Orvex, yeah.
Well, I already said, and then Alex said, no, we're saving him for later.
I couldn't tell if that was out of character. 'Cause
Oh,
we
no,
got
not
a
a
lot
character.
of- we got some mixing going on.
We should. It's if
It
someone
all
else
sounds
has
the
a
same to
reason
me.
they want to take. Yes, if someone wants to take someone besides Orvex, Frisha will be completely open to that. But she doesn't want to leave Orvex here. He looked really sad when he came in.
Orvex is uncomfortable for sure, but I think at the notion of leaving, there's definitely an equal discomfort. Like though he
there's
doesn't
either
He's
stay
far-
here and be uncomfortable, or potentially go be uncomfortable or dead.
He is far more likely to die outside of this camp than he is inside of it.
Yep.
He was
We
just
could use
awkward
someone
before.
to translate artifacts later.
But
if we find something,
you have somebody
comprehend
who,
languages.
you have somebody
Um,
who does have that.
Or we can also just not take anyone.
True. you
we
can
could
go-
travel without.
you can
Yeah,
go
we
without.
could.
It's up to you. You don't
That's
have
fair.
to.
I don't think we should travel without taking somebody from the group, if only to fortify our alliance with these people. It's
Well-
not very trusting for us to
I
turn aside for help.
also don't want to be stabbed by the UNT while we're sleeping, because
Well-
we haven't even seen them yet, except like once.
That's why we're bringing Thayan wizards rather than UNT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say your best bet for a wizard is probably Yamuk, since you already have kind of a relationship in there. If you go for a wizard, that's going to be your smoothest transition.
I don't want to bring any of the Red Wizards.
Okay, well, if you don't.
I want them to work with their own group. I don't want to take away from our allies'
True.
strength.
True.
All right,
You guys
fair
let
enough.
me know.
So we're taking the Chultan version of Deckard Cain over here.
Yeah, he identifies.
We're helping
He's
him
actually
get his Haradra
Halulin.
cubes back. Yeah, but he's in the
He's
Chult
in
gang,
Chult,
so-
yeah. This is the Deckard Cain of Chult, for sure.
Deckard Cain, if you value your life, leave here immediately.
So if you're in need of my services, I'm always up for, well, yes, let's go discover some more of this beautiful city.
Go to
I
where?
will identify items for you free of charge.
Where
are we going? Tristram?
I should give Orvex the identify spell. Just the one thing he has. He's got like a bunch of scrolls of identify.
And he happens to have
I-
legend lore because he knows everything for some reason.
I'm surprised that that's not in here because like all the puns is they are just kind of ridiculous. Like Judas is a traitor.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, Judas is also off the table. He is a commoner.
Yeah,
He's not
well,
going
yeah.
anywhere. His 4
Why
HP,
can't we
he
bring
will
Judas?
die. He will die.
Just a traveling merchant.
No, he'll level up. We'll train him.
4
Yeah.
HP.
I have it on
Yes.
good authority. We don't want Judas covering our back.
I read it in a book once. Probably not a good idea.
says, all right. You've got Orvex. Phasma will let the spell go down as you exit, and she sort of mumbles under her breath, and she says, "Damn it, Sagmir, I only have so many of these spell slots." She's just, and then as you leave, she'll put it back up. Oh wait, no, it's not. She wouldn't say that. It's a
ritual cast.
She'll
bro.
ritual cast. She's annoyed. Thus, anyway, she's like, whatever. People coming in and out doesn't matter.
Should we
Rituals are annoying.
Should we knock next time?
She says, "Really, it doesn't matter to me. Do whatever you want. Come in and out. Zagmir seems happy with you enough. Welcome to the camp, by the way. Phasma. I don't think we've met yet. Yeah, you see, she's a young. She's probably around the same age as Dyrax. In fact, they probably almost look related. They might be. She has tattoos sort of laying on her head, but she's got a very kind of a smaller head for the frame of her body. Yeah, she also seems she seems like a punk very much in her own way. Opposite to Dyrax, but a little more amenable. She's just annoyed she has to put it back up. I think she might even be the type for you to say, "You have to knock." Like she might copy it over, just like annoyed. Yeah, classic Thayans. They think they're above everybody.
None the Fire Nation attacked. So.
And
No, they are the Fire Nation.
Yeah, right. Like. Their scouting party.
Yeah, let's go back to Chult. Let's get that out here. Here we go.
So I think we should go explore a nearby building.
Do you have a
It's still the
suggestion there, Alex?
We can go with this one, or this one, or this one. You know, the ones in view of this front door.
I'll move you guys off since y'all want to see the.
Yeah, we're totally running straight into a lich that has some control over some sort of snake people for some reason.
You know, at this point, I'm so sick of lich. I want to deal with a magically intelligent bugbear.
Me too. Well, actually, we're probably a good level to deal with that.
Also, we could go here or here, if you can see the door from there.
It's a stone's throw away.
Anything you want to share with the party there, Bard?
Well, once we're well out of earshot.
So any building will do.
But what building will it be? We'll use Freesia as the party marker.
Which building would people like to go to?
I
Preferably
doubt
not
it matters.
this one.
You seem to have your heart set on something.
Oh, I
Yeah.
just want us out of sight and within view of this door.
Okay, there we go. Pick one.
Yeah.
all right, fine.
You have yet to explore any buildings today. You did explore this site, so that would have been one of your 16. So this would be your second building. So you would still have quite a few left that you can do. Someone keep track of these. You're 2 out of 16 for the day.
I was gonna say, question: how long were we meeting, and what time of day is it?
It is still morning. It is still
So
morning. It's probably
first-
on the brink of afternoon. But you were escorted into the Red Wizards camp, introduced, and made an alliance probably within most of the morning. It's getting ready to wrap up here pretty soon. Probably
Well,
after you investigate this building.
productive day.
Thus far, yeah. Absolutely.
Time for a nap.
Time for a map, indeed. Let me grab here. Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys enter into this building, another nondescript residence of Omu. Cutting your way in. I don't believe I did any extras. Checking out the different floors. You've done quite a few thus far. Very routine as you section off the place, and you do not find anything of interest in this building. I will mark that one off.
So once we've
Alright,
secured this
there's-
building, Prisha gathers everyone and it's like, okay, so they only go out in groups of 3.
Are you really suggesting what I think you're suggesting now?
Well, we can't take them as they are, and they've got one of the cubes.
Do we have to take them at all? You realize word is going to get back, the party doesn't return, and then we're in trouble.
Well, the Yuanti pick off their parties constantly.
Why don't we let the Yuan-Ti handle that?
Yeah, we helped it along.
What? No. The Yuan-Ti have that covered. I don't think they need any assistance. And we definitely don't need to shatter this already fragile alliance. Because
Yeah,
I'd
no need
rather
to do
not
that.
be eating fireballs for dinner, especially this evening.
We don't know enough about these intelligent hostiles to be able to force them to attack our would-be allies.
Oh, we don't need to force them to attack would-be allies. We just need to kill them in spots where there are already dead Yuanti, which are everywhere.
Or we can just proceed with our mission.
That seems... Are you? Do you have a fever? Something going on?
Yeah, you all right?
It's okay.
You seem
seem to
quite...
Lost
it's,
Jacob.
it's quite...
Pretty sure just doesn't like red wizards. Or they.
Is that obvious that she seems like adamant, like really doesn't like them?
Not like super doesn't like them, but like she's not a big fan of slavers.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
It's regardless, it's a little heavy-handed for you. Don't bards solve problems with music and lullabies?
Yeah, and heat metal.
You know heat metal.
I do not, but
I was gonna say, aren't you a little low level for that?
no, heat metal's like a level 2 spell.
Oh, is it level
it's
2?
terrifying.
That's fascinating. Welcome back, War. We were trying to stop Frisha from killing the Fae 3 at a time.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Why?
Why?
Ward gets it.
Everyone wants Fireball cereal, I guess.
Well, if you kill them 3 at a time, there's less fireballs to go around.
They're a tool we can currently use without getting burned.
Are we really suggesting that we kill them?
Orvex is right here the whole time.
Oh god, Orvex is here.
Oh no!
Well, he is complicit.
I'm not saying that I don't like Thayans either. Honestly, I'm only with them because of well, it wasn't exactly my choice entirely. I wouldn't mind seeing them not in Omu or Chult anymore, but you're tangling with forces that are quite dangerous. If for any reason word was to come back to Zagmira that we were involved, and that word would make its way directly to the Thetriarchs, which would make its way directly to Soz Tom. And let me tell you, it's not a person you want to make an enemy of. I understand your qualms with them. I am no lover of slavery as well. I wish I could help those people, but they were born into it. Unfortunate. Perhaps one day the law of Thay will change. But I don't know what killing them would do, other than risking quite a bit. It's just my opinion, though. You're here to keep me safe, so...
It is a good point. We shouldn't be seeking more difficulties right now.
My point stands.
See, I'm just eliminating future difficulties.
Listen, all I know is that if this does happen, I'm getting hit with a fireball one way or another. And I'm gonna pick the path of least resistance. Let's just work with them.
You have your
I don't
very own
like-
fireball machine traveling with us every day. You can
Hence
get
why
hit by
he
a
is
fireball
sure he'll
anytime
get
you
hit
want.
by a fireball.
That's why I said I'm sure I'll get hit by a fireball eventually.
I can advise if you are unexperienced with Thanes. This alliance that she's offered you, I'm not sure the details that you spoke of in the other room, but be very wary, skeptical, at the very least. A Thane can never be taken by their word entirely. I would be on guard. Unless you, I'm sure you already are, but...
So, where do you hail from, then, Orvex? If you're not Thane.
Oh! It's the first time someone's asked me that. I hail from the wonderful land of Halula, a magically inclined country of theologists and...
Honolulu?
Halula. Is what it's called.
Wanahakalugi?
Have you ever heard of an airship by any chance?
I've only read about them.
They are made in the place in my home where I was born. We discovered the technology after our land was ripped away from us during the spell plague. I was actually, it was in fact, I was not born of this world. I was born of another. And Holula was transported to the lost world of Abir.
Let's talk and walk.
Oh,
This could be a while.
of course, yeah. Yeah, he'll tell you of his home. They are a magically, as he says, a magically inclined country that kind of treasures knowledge of any kind, arcane or otherwise. They are known very well for the creation of airships. The technology came effectively from them. And there was a point in time when they didn't have that. Halula was kind of off the grid, off the map. Not a lot of people knew a lot about it. And then one day, during the spell plague, many things were sort of torn asunder. Halula included with that completely disappeared. It was a crater taken away to another plane entirely. And many, many years later, it returned with a lot of knowledge that it didn't have before. It also, same time, ushering their return. They kind of almost traded places with the Dragonborn. It's kind of interesting fact that he would bring up. The Dragonborn were of that world and brought into this one, and some of them remained. They came with in Halula, which is a good thing because the Dragonborn who flipped with them were very aggressive and angry. But the ones that Halula brought back were probably more of the Dragonborn you see today, which are a much more agreeable sort. But yeah, it's a very far off, distant country of. I'm gonna wave over.
Probably be asking all the questions about it and keeping him talking.
Yeah, you can keep him talking.
Just because he'd be literally interested.
Can keep him rolling while we do our duties.
Yeah, you would definitely hear sort of the drone of Orvex while you guys go.
Do you want to mark off the buildings we've completed?
I'll put a red square around this bad boy. This is gonna be the only building.
We hit one before, right?
You have what?
We hit one before as well today, correct?
You did. I will.
This will be our second.
It's not a building. It was an area. I'm counting like areas that you are, like the camp. The camp I was. Where was the camp?
Down here. Down.
I don't see the.
Oh yeah. Right here.
Oh yeah, right here.
Okay.
Here it is. Yeah, the camp was, I would say, a half hour. I would mark that as an explored location. So you can. Here, I'll put a.
I got it.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. Poop. All right.
My box is inside your box.
Yeah, that's fine.
That sounds great.
Does that make you a box turtle? Are you a box turtle?
All right. Any other discussion?
Didn't you miss this? Did you miss it?
Yeah.
Where are you guys heading for your afternoon?
We could go check out the shrine that she mentioned.
It is close by, especially if we take land.
Sure.
Do
Makes
we
sense.
Do we know anything about the water that's there? How deep is that?
You don't know until you get there.
Can we glance at buildings and see how
How
deep
deep?
they are compared to the
Oh
building?
yeah, absolutely. That's something you could do. I mean, you can probably guess. It's walkable, but it's probably going to be up to your waist.
Oh shit.
Roland's
That's
gonna
it.
drown.
It's too much for Brolin.
So is Freesia, actually.
I would say
Like-
Brolin can put it. Brolin's
It'd
going to
be
be
up
all the
for
way
our
up to his
shoulder.
neck. Brolin will be almost fully submerged. He'd be able to breathe, but
Risha can also fly. We discovered my height limit.
Fly up and get hit by gargoyles?
Yeah, we have a height limit. We figured that out with the little bird.
It's true, we did.
Yes, we did.
indeed.
What was it again? Was it 4 stories?
Something like that,
You
yeah.
had
It
gone
was
up
very
40
much
feet.
shorter than. Yeah.
You had gone up 40 feet and didn't agitate the guardians.
So as long as they stay under 20, I'm probably fine.
Yeah. Let me know if you're casting that spell. It does have a time limit and a spell slot.
Are we gonna go straight for it? Mm,
It has a time limit, but not a spell slot.
Oh yeah, not.
Good. I can hold my breath for an hour.
You won't
Yeah,
have to.
let's go
I don't think. Well,
to-
from what you can see.
I don't
The
think
Temple of the
Temple what?
The Temple of Yellow.
that's the Temple of Yellow. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Not
But-
to be confused with the Temple
Now,
of...
the only problem I have with this one, Alex, is it's basically the water temple.
Or the Temple of Green.
That's my least favorite one.
We don't have Iron Boots yet, and this one might be the easy water temple. Because we have another water temple.
Oh, I didn't bring my swimming trunks. Damn it.
Where's anybody got a pair of iron boots?
I have a blue tunic.
Okay, good. All right, we're covered. We're good. It's all set. So temple it is.
Temple, it seems to be. All right. Let me.
We're probably gonna
If we get a cube, do we bring
This
it
way.
back? That's the next question to be thinking of.
They
Well,
know
I think
about
we
the
should
ones.
head to another temple after this.
Yeah.
Just okay.
Or have me walk in and go, someone already looted that one.
They know that we have seen at least other cubes before.
So
Well, I covered that with a lie.
we get a shot of our party as you reach the edge of the water. Who's going first? Who's like, what's your
Well-
trail here?
I'm assuming we're entering from here.
Are you? Oh yeah, if you want to enter from
Yeah,
over there.
no. We're yeah.
Oh, yeah. That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, if you curl around over here, what are y'all's passive perceptions?
18.
Nice. Very,
15.
very nice.
14.
Okay. You would definitely be able to get a good visual from here since you are literally 60 feet away, effectively, of the area. You would immediately notice that there are figures lurking within the water. Their shapes look almost elongated, snake-like, and as a few of them break the surface quite gently, you would see the sort of scaled hide of crocodiles. You see them wallowing in the muddy lake bed, sort of surrounding the shrine. You count at least 4. From what you can see. But from the lake bed rises the walled ruin that you now see. 2 columns flanking the entrance are carved with images of long-legged birds with needle-like beaks. At the building's front, which I'm just going to give you guys the angle here, even if you don't seem like you could see this from where you're at. At the building's front, you see that slimy steps seem to ascend out of the water and into an entry arch.
Do we have anything written down for that legend, Jacob?
Sure we do. I was the thing.
Interested now.
I think we had that in Discord pinned.
Yeah,
Okay.
should be.
Take a peek, see. So you said there were 4 crocodiles in the water?
You see 4. Yeah.
So we're obviously not swimming there. How are we going to get into the temple?
Fireball.
In the water? You guys obsessed with fireballs today?
Well,
Listen, it's very
they're
effective.
within a 20-foot circle.
It has nothing to do
cares?
with obsession. It's just effective. One should always open with a fireball. Shock
Okay.
and awe. Blitzkrieg.
Give away position.
Well, if you're starting a fight, you're gonna lose your element of surprise immediately anyway.
Prefer to end fights before they start.
With a fireball.
Or Vex, do you think this would be Papazotl's shrine?
I do indeed. It does take the form of an eblis, these markings upon a temple. Interesting. The eblis is a very proud creature. Imagine the challenge within must have something to do with its honor, dignity, something of the kind. Pride.
Oh, we got plenty
high
of
are
that.
these walls compared to the ground?
The walls are heavily damaged compared to the ground itself. Let
Like
me
not from the
see.
water ground, but
Let
the
me
ground
see.
we're standing on.
The ground you're standing on. How high are the walls? Let me get a quick peek here. Got it.
Pull some
really
Assassin's Creed shit.
I would say they're probably about from where you are now, like standing on this ledge, you're about even with the walls.
How close? I'm gonna get a measuring tape.
It's 60 feet away, the temple, and you would be coming from its northeast end, northwest end.
An unrelated Discord message said, "Do it." So we're going in.
What are you? Yeah, how are you going in? You guys.
I don't know. Just
Front gate,
Last.
but we also need to kill the things. But as far as the thing goes, a wily Eblis that didn't like Omuins, but he wouldn't have anyone to play his tricks on without them. So he sent the frog that became the frog Hemoth to talk to Ubtao. And the frog Hemoth came back and chased him with his new tentacles.
so
Indeed.
we have to kite.
So yeah,
They're just
go ahead.
How long can you guys kite something, right?
well. Why doesn't Brolin just turn into a giant crocodile, and then War can go in there, and the two of them can take care of whatever's guarding, and then we can just cross safely.
Oh, I can't turn into a giant crocodile.
Yeah, you
Can you
can.
guys
No, I can't.
kite a frog Hemoth 1900 feet?
Are you on your horse, Alexandria?
Yes.
Now I can do animal friendship, which would befriend the crocodiles.
One of them.
Can't
Oh.
sit at a higher level.
Oh no, Brolin, look. It's a crocodile. You've seen a crocodile turn into a crocodile.
It don't work like that.
I thought that's how that works.
No,
Why doesn't it work like that?
because Listen, I could.
Do you know your job?
Ao, the hidden one, told me so.
Ayo didn't want to have to keep creating new tokens.
Who the hell's that?
No, you can't learn forms until you level. Like, you can't add forms until you level up.
Yeah, Ao is spoken. Thank you, Ao.
My
Oh,
beard.
great.
Rolling-
Another god speaks to you.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
You're a couple deities short of being a madman.
I disagree. I think he's already.
Wow.
Are there any 20-foot tall trees around us?
There's a lot of room in there.
20-foot tall trees. Let me look at the map really quick. No, there are not a lot of trees. All right.
Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, on the shore where you are, yeah, there's some trees. There's a tree right here. Oh wait, no, there wasn't. There's some trees. There's some trees on the shore.
I was just saying we make a bridge to the wall and just sneak into a temple and leave the crocodiles alone because they did nothing to us.
Possible.
Yeah, I mean,
Got to get that tree to come down though.
you said it's 60 feet. It's got to be a pretty big
dinner.
tree.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be. I don't know if you got any trees that are 60 feet
It's not 60 feet from here.
from where you are. If I look at the map and I draw a thing, you are definitely at least 60 feet. I'm going to put a here. Get out of here with that. Just because that arrow makes it. Move your yellow bologna sandwich here. All right.
Hey,
All right.
it's a shrine we hadn't been to that we
to
know
right
about.
here, 30 feet. It would say 30 feet to the wall.
Someone could long jump with a rope.
Why are we trying
You test
to
the water
avoid-
too. It's muddy.
Because do you want to fight for a giant crocodile's war? The last time we fought two, it went poorly for us.
That's when we met Brolin.
True.
Those were crocodiles.
Make a
Oh, you
perception
know-
check, Valfine.
Or you
A what?
know, I
Perception
could
check.
just.
Gladly. I like those.
That almost went really poorly.
Yeah, I saw that. I was kind of like, no, yes.
Also,
You know, I could just cast water walk on us.
That 14 was almost
walk
missing a
across
one.
the water.
crocodiles don't get you there.
Yeah, no additional information.
Shit. With a 22? Oh.
I've heard they're tasty.
Okay. War thinks crocodiles are tasty.
All right,
That
where's
would
going
go
Get
in?
them first.
Cannibal? Aren't they reptiles?
We eat mammals.
If you, yeah, rude.
Oh, I suppose, but you can tell I don't get out much.
Yes, I'm very curious. How are you guys going to approach this situation? Who and what and how?
I mean, we could go
Are
in
there
there.
crocodiles right here, or are they?
They're circling the temple. At any time, you can see at least one.
Okay, so they're like spread out, circling.
They are spread out, circling the temple. Yeah, they're kind of like lounging
Are-
about. Like probably at most, you would see two in the same place. They're close. They're on the other side of the walls. They like kind of like they a couple of them slither out away from the temple for a time, but for the most part, they seem to be on the inside of the walls, slithering around.
Oh.
There's just giant
Whoa.
holes in these walls.
Never mind, I switched.
What?
Switch
You
what?
switch.
If there are other people that come, crocodiles are better for them to deal with, so we leave them alive. The other people,
But you sounded hungry literally 5 seconds ago.
I cannot eat. There are berries
Alright.
around.
So if we want, I
Yeah.
can fly over to the wall and then fly into the temple without interfering with crocodiles.
You can, but what
And
happens
one other
if
person
you?
can
Get,
with me.
but what if the two of you get?
What?
What stop
Or
something.
I cast water walk on us, and we just walk across.
Well, the idea is to avoid the crocodiles.
And sticking your feet into a couple rows of very sharp teeth. So...
Can I get a refresher on how far across this is?
30 feet.
30 feet.
At its literal northwest corner from the land that you're at. It's 30 feet away.
To here.
That's the wall. The wall is 30
Alexander
feet.
is
It'd be
just gonna-
40 feet for the actual temple, of which there are no. The entrance itself is further. You are facing the back of the temple.
War is going to take off his backpack, start rummaging around, pull out rope with a metal hook, and then put it back on, and then I'll be right back. Hold this.
Water walking.
Would you prefer me just to go tie
Forget
that
it.
somewhere?
I'm casting it.
Sure. Let's do that.
Am I holding it or is Brolin?
I cast water walk.
Don't cast water walk. There's no point in casting water walk. We've discussed this. There are crocodiles in the water. What point is there to cast water
You're
walk?
gonna get jumped.
But where's War gonna go? He's about to go
Nowhere.
Give him a
The
chance.
water, the water doesn't
Or it's
even
gonna
come
tie
up
that-
past my legs. Like,
The water
It's
is going
fine.
to get tied. War's going to tie that rope to the building behind him, and I'm going to tie the rope to the roof of the building over there.
All right, fine. Cross his
Wait.
arms.
You're gonna water walk over waist high water.
Yeah.
Hey, for a dwarf, it goes up to my chest.
Wait a minute.
neck.
It's only like 5 feet deep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
water's
it's
not a
like-
problem.
it's like
We're just
three-
trying to avoid.
No one has tested the water
The
yet.
water,
Yeah.
the water isn't the issue. It's the things in the water. I want to see what War's doing with the rope.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
War?
let's let War do it.
Where would you like me to attach it?
I
War?
vote grappling hook.
Probably to just at least the other side of the wall.
Okay.
You could get the rope through the wall, but there's because of damage. You could probably find a crack and like get it through, but there's not going to be anything in the temple. Well, actually, yeah. No, I think the top of the temple would probably have some statues you could tie it to if you want to get on the roof.
It also has a metal hook. So,
Oh yeah, yeah. You want to you use your fly? and you
Indiana
go
Jones,
over
that
there?
shit.
I'm gonna use my racial fly.
Cool.
You can get over there.
Make a perception check while you do that. With advantage since you're flying. Bam, 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 bam. Alright, cool. No new information. But yeah, you can make your way over to the roof. You see that a few statues adorn the corners that look fairly sturdy, pretty well kept, of the beautiful Eblis bird.
Can
Okay. I attach the grappling hook.
Easy enough to do. You have the foot rope, I believe. It's 40 feet to the actual. It's an extra 10 feet to get to the actual temple itself. It was 30 feet to the wall, so you have 40 feet of rope. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You make the
I
attachment.
have a ton of rope.
What are you doing with the other side of the rope for?
Tying it off to like a tree on the other side here.
There is a tree nearby. Yes, you can do that. Perfect. Yeah, you both tie, best of your ability.
Do you know how to play
Alright.
Danger Zone, Frisha?
And
Frisha starts playing Danger Zone.
I feel like we're gonna need it.
There is a rope going from one side to the other, and you are just floating above the temple.
I'm sitting on the temple.
You're
the
sitting in the
roof now.
temple. Okay, yeah. Where you are sitting, the crocs gather. All four. They're looking up. They like put their put their claws. They step up out of the water, which you can tell this close to the the shrine is probably only 2 feet deep. And they kind of crawl out of the mud and like put their hands on the wall, interested in you, probably for a little bit. Not forever. You probably got a couple snaps on your flyby. They look hungry, and you look like good meat. They can't get up. It's a sheer wall, but they are kind of gathered around your area. And I'm going to give you... Yeah, I don't have to give you a visual yet. So you're good.
War's gonna start hand over handing on the rope, trying to get up climbing, hopefully with the rope.
All right.
As War is doing that, Frisha is trying to get their attention and I go to the opposite corner of the temple very slowly to draw crocodiles away from the turtle, going hand over hand on the rope.
Make an animal handling check.
Nature. Huh?
All right. Yeah. You draw most of them away, the majority. Another one wanders. So you have...
Hold on a second.
You have 3. What's up?
Trying to see what the range of this is.
It's a fireball.
It's a lot.
20
It's
feet.
a fireball.
All right. New rule. Every time asks if it's fireball, I cast fireball.
How many spell slots does Alexandria have? Let's play
Cool.
this game.
So I'm using shaped water,
Ooh, okay.
and I'm going to make it so that this wandering crocodile has to swim upstream to go wherever it wants to go.
Oh, you get it stuck? Shape water.
I changed the course of the water.
Is it a cantrip?
Yeah.
What's the range? 60 feet?
30 feet.
30 feet. All right. Let me look at shape water. I want to see how that affects this
Here,
very strong creature.
It literally says to move or otherwise change the flow of the water as you direct up to 5 feet in any direction.
Oh, okay, cool. I would say it would make a save against it if it tries to struggle out of the way. But for now, it's probably going to be confused with why it can't get anywhere for a little bit before it actually puts effort towards getting out of this. But yeah, if you want to focus on that, you've kind of got it trapped.
Ooh, I can do 2 effects. The water is going to move in the opposite direction, and it's going to be colder. I'm going to cause it to start freezing.
Oh, jeez. It just gets it colder though.
Well, I can literally freeze the water as long as there isn't a creature in it, so I'm going to have the water in front of it freeze and move in the opposite direction.
Yeah, make can you post the spell for me?
Ow! Ow!
He makes mini icebergs.
Yeah, just hit the little cool, perfect.
God,
That's
I
so
do
awesome.
not want to be over there.
Jesse,
Hit him right in his lizard eyes.
Yep. So yeah, every 6 seconds it's just making the ice and pushing it. It like tries to like climb onto the ice and it's like slipping away. I'm not gonna give it any active check now until maybe it's threatened, but for now it's confused as to what's going on, and it probably won't take more than a minute before it gets frustrated and makes a check to get the fuck out of this.
Stuck at cold blood.
So it's gonna be like, yeah, it looks fairly uncomfortable.
You want to take a bath too, motherfucker?
Would it?
I say that lovingly.
That's not nice.
Okay. So yeah, you're in the middle of doing that. So all the crocodiles are currently indisposed. Make an athletics check, War, as you make your way over.
Advantage because of the rope.
Sure. You easily climb your way expertly even to the other side, and you are now 20 feet off the ground on top of the shrine.
Did we want on top of the shrine or on top of the wall?
You are. She put it on the shrine, so that's
Okay.
where you are.
Well, War could have gotten on the wall.
Oh, if you want to, did you want to drop to the wall? I will say the wall that you're dropping to is not connected. This wall is in pieces. Like no part of this wall is like you would be stranded on a piece of wall.
Then I will go all the way to the shrine.
Okay. Yeah. I figured that. I just wanted to make that clear so you didn't think you were walking, because it's like, this thing's in shambles. Your weight might even destroy it.
Right.
Yeah, you can get to the roof. That would leave 3 party members still on shore. Alexandria currently concentrating on keeping this one crocodile at bay. What are y'all doing?
After you, Berlin.
Fine.
I have to be able to shoot at things from here.
Give me an
Yeah.
athletics check, Berlin. Take advantage with the rope.
Yeah, time for my boy Brolin's.
War's also gonna make sure that the other end is.
Is what? Oh yeah, on the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Oof.
All right, you get about halfway before there's a moment of weakness. You feel like you feel it. Your fingers, your legs starting. You get like a cramp a little bit, like halfway through, and it's just like it's like a ooh, willy woney, kind of moment. I think after that pause, everybody kind of waits, like, is Broly going to be okay? And you, at that point, I think, can sort of slowly scoot the rest of the way there, though your cramp is pretty gnarly by the time you get to the roof.
Ow! Charlie horse.
Uh-huh.
What?
Can you turn into one of those two?
I'm a little upset about. I wanted a water walk.
War just tightrope dance the whole way. He's like, he doesn't even care. Well, I suppose I'm next, unless you want to go first.
She's distracting a crocodile.
Take that as I'm going.
Wait. You want me to go before you?
What about Orvex?
I don't know if I want to do this. Maybe I'll observe from here. Who needs a translator?
All right.
But Orvex,
I
there could be
stop
tons
on-
of fancy runes and stuff in there.
What are you going to say, Alexander?
I dangle a book in front of him.
He looks over to Alexander. What were you going to say?
I'll stop concentrating on the crocodile.
You should. If I'm going to go over there, you should keep that thing distracted.
Well, what I was going to suggest is I could create Tensor's floating disc, and then when I cross, you can just sit cross-legged on the disc.
how
I
far
recommend not dangling.
How far up does that go?
5.
No, thank you. as he sees the ones that were crawling up. These are big boys. These are 10. They have like 10 feet length. They could totally. Could totally get him.
Also, Wart has a spear out.
Oh, okay. Just in case something happens.
Yeah.
Do you have any other spells, Alexander? Something that maybe could just transport me over there?
To what you over there?
Transport me over there. Anything?
Support you over there?
Transport.
Transport? No. Do I look powerful enough to do teleportation?
Oh, I don't mean teleportation. Well, I'm not well versed in Arcana, but I imagine maybe a fancy fly spell. Maybe I'm asking too much. I'm sorry. I'll take the rope if you want me to.
Should have flown him over.
You want me to use a fly spell?
I mean, it would mean that I don't become dinner. None of us would, but that's up to you.
I'm trying not to be a total bitch here.
He's very nervous to go across this rope as you look at his tiny arms.
Toothpick arms.
My man ain't rolling with a good roll here, guys.
Is he worth a level 3 spell?
I mean, well, you could use it on you and a few other creatures, right? Or no?
No, it's just a creature you touch.
Additional over 2, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you touch a willing creature, the target flies.
You can tell his ass
it's
to get
just
over
one.
there. Like, come on, it's up to you.
If I cast it at a higher level, it could be more than 1, but I can't cast level 4 spells yet. Also, is anybody else having an issue with... found it. Never mind. Continuing on. Sure, I will use one of my very sought-after and valuable fly spells.
If you phrase it like that, I feel bad. I don't want you to use one of your stronger spells.
She looks him in the eye and says, I want you to feel bad.
Of course you do.
Mm-hmm.
You
But I
know,
will cast the spell.
you know stains might have coming than you think. Yes, fine.
Did you just hear what he said?
I didn't say
We
anything.
only really disagree on the subject matter of slaves. I prefer indentured servitude. And I cast fly.
Oh! He lifts off the ground and says, "What is this sensation?"
Oh, wait.
Oh,
I don't have it prepared today.
you go to cast fly. He's like, "I'm ready to fly."
Think happy thoughts.
Is it happening?
Click your heels 3 times.
Okay, I will. And he steps back and he clicks his heels.
All right. And I don't have it prepared today.
Really? Did you make me click my heels just to make me look stupid?
Well, you know, us Thayans.
He goes over and puts his hand on the rope and says, "If this is the only way I'm getting over there, I'd rather not be killed by whatever's out here. If you're all
Actually,
going, then I'm going."
What we could do, make the tensor floating disc, and then I can Misty Step over there, and then you'll fly across.
Hey, what?
If you can... Well, it has to catch up to me, right?
Yes, but, how fast does it move?
Check to hold the bucking tensor's disc.
I think it can keep up with me at a full run. Let's see.
And also, aren't you keeping that one over there at bay? Maybe I'll take the rope. The rope's sounding better. You know what? Save your magic. I'll take the rope. I'm not the young man I used to be, but I think I'll be all right.
Have no fear. Should you fall, I will be able to feather fall you so that you can see them coming in slow motion.
Great, that's great. I'm just gonna go. There's always a pissy wizard in every party, isn't there? All right, let's. He's gonna make a strength check. He's about to get
What
fireball.
came first, the sass or the pissy wizard?
All right, making a strength check with
What about
advantage.
this wizards?
All right,
He did
buddy.
what in his cup?
Also, javelin, not spear.
Good
Holy
job. The
shit.
one is good not to have. He. There's one point where he has to stop. I'm okay. All right. He gets over and he puts a hand up. Oh, please grab me.
Yep. Grabs him.
He like gets on the roof.
Grab him. We got you.
To think at this age I'd be doing things like this. I was more of an elderly person in my younger years as far as what our activities were.
Made that look easy.
It's very pleasant. Come on over. There's two of you left.
No. We'll
Valvine?
lean over to Orvex and be embarrassing if they fall.
Pretty is while she's distracting these three, is looking at the front door as well.
Yeah, you definitely see the slimy steps. They go all the way down into the water, probably about a good 2 feet. At least two sets of steps just completely submerged, and the rest is just there's a slime, a muck to them. You can tell that there's probably some crocodile footprints there. They've probably been they've snooped inside before, kind of situation. But yeah, other than that, you can't really get too much of a good view from here. So the crocodile that is being subdued by Alexandria, I think, is probably still for the next few moments doing the SpongeBob caveman. Look, he doesn't understand why it can't move. Situation. So yeah, who else is coming over?
Valvine.
Don't get lonely without me here now. And I will wrap my scrawny ass arms over the rope and Tomb Raider this shit.
All right, give me that roll.
That was unfortunate.
Advantage.
Doesn't matter, it's a -1.
You know how the Tomb Raider games just are murder porn?
The second and third ones are better.
What, the murder porn gets better?
No, not. Let's not go with
Give me
that.
that check. Give me
Wonder.
Athletics, you said?
athletics with advantage.
My favorite. Okay, not bad.
Yeah, you inch your way over, much like Orvex. You gotta stop in between, take a breather, go the rest of the way. You are there with Brolin, War, and Orvex. Who
Made it. Good job.
yeah, Orvex will put his hand on your shoulder, Brolin, and on Valfine's too. Is just like, hey, you both struggled a little bit, didn't you? I see. I'm kind of an expert at these things.
I've been reading a book for the last 5 years, so.
Hey, well, that's no excuse. You should get out and exercise. He just says it like, stretch the limbs.
It's like he's Master Roshi.
And he says, all right, Alexandria, it's your turn. Oh,
I'm gonna ready a shot of the bow at the one that she was subduing.
Alexandria, I don't think you will be able to concentrate on casting the spell on the crocodile at the same time that you are performing this feat of strength, but your friends can probably attempt to distract this crocodile with success, since they're on the other side.
Nah. No.
Alright, what we will do
Oh, it's so wrong.
is we're just gonna win it.
Just gonna head over?
We're just gonna win it.
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, why do anything special when you know you're gonna rock it?
Okay, I would like... So the spell stops. It's no longer subdued. It does a bit of a caveman thing and then kind of moves forward like, okay. I would like those who are on the roof, other than Freesia, who's in the middle distracting the other three, to make animal handling checks, please.
Start chucking rocks.
Is that, can somebody assist me so I can get advantage?
You can do that too.
Because I have a high animal handling.
Yeah, we're Brolin, make it with advantage. Let's do that instead, rather than make it a big group check.
Okay. It's probably
Ooh,
better too.
nice. Immediately what happens is you guys like start to get the thing's attention. It kind of looks up. It looks up, kind of like frustrated, like, "Are you the source of its problem?" And we immediately hear in the water as Alexandria falls in halfway through.
Whoa! Let's rewind it. Okay.
Feather falls in. We do not hear a splash. Go ahead.
Let's rewind it.
Oh, we're rewinding it. You are falling, Alexandria. You are falling up this
well,
rope. What happened?
Well, all right. I would like to argue that I can tell when I'm about to fall off a rope. It shouldn't surprise me when all of my limbs suddenly fail.
What are you trying to bargain here?
Well, Misty Step, obviously.
I think you're gonna hit the ground first. Hit the
What?
water first. Yeah,
But Misty
it's not a reaction.
Misty Step.
The
Okay,
Featherfall would
Featherfall is a reaction, and then I have plenty of time to Misty Step.
You do, yeah, absolutely. Do you want to? You have to spend a spell slot, but do you want to use the Featherfall?
Yes.
You feel yourself slip. So it's not a splash, which is actually perfect and would probably attribute to the good score over here because the crocodile's attention is not put over. But as you guys all get the crocodile's attention, you see it kind of looking up at you, just like looking like pissed off. It can't get up there. Brolin's probably doing like Brolin. I imagine you must know something to like what would really fucking agitate this thing. Maybe you take out a piece of meat, like ooh, like what do you do to distract it, bro?
Yeah. We have extra rations.
How far away is it from me?
It's down on the. It's 20
Pocket
feet.
bacon.
It's 20 feet down, right on the wall. Like you are right on the edge of the wall. It's 20 feet down. You're on the edge of the.
Oh no!
I have a bunch of good berries in my.
Oh
hand,
no! What?
And
No,
I'm flinging it at its face.
Yeah, you're playing it. Yeah. And we would see in the distance the others who are helping. Brolin's completely concentrating, but the others who are trying to help get its attention would immediately see Alexandria kind of floating through the air underneath the rope, out of reach of it. I would like initiative.
Oh.
Hold
on a second.
This is kind of a. I need to know how this moment goes. It's probably a brief initiative, but.
All right, I have a wonderful suggestion. I have all my undead with me.
Yeah. Are they still on the shore? I imagine they're still on the shore.
So I would have wanted to bring them with me, obviously. So we're talking Tensor's floating disc.
Can carry one of them.
Well, I mean, 2 characters can fit into a 5-foot square, but they take a bunch of negatives because they're sharing a square, right?
I don't
it's like
believe
it's the squeezing mechanic.
I mean, I could say you could put them on
It's
there
fitting into
together
a
if you
space.
want to. If you want to get 2, I'd allow 2, but they're tight. Like they could definitely possibly fall.
Bring out your dad.
There's a risk.
Well, actually, could my horse fit on the Tensor's floating disc?
No, I don't think so. I also think your horse goes over the weight of your disc too.
All right. So they're on the disc.
The two undead.
Right.
Okay.
And it's following under me because it's a
Perfect.
loyal disc.
Yeah.
It wants to be with me.
You got one undead keeping your horse.
As I'm feather falling, I can just scream, "Tackle the crocodile!"
The crocodile's not coming towards you yet, unless you want it to.
Oh,
It's
okay.
distracted by your
Well,
friends completely. But you're heading towards the water, and you have
Well,
two
see, you
zombies.
said roll
below you.
initiative, which makes me think
Oh,
it's not distracted.
I'm rolling initiative to see what happens. Like, this is not a fight. I need to know what happens in these very minuscule moments.
Non-combat.
And this,
Finish.
currently no one's fighting. I just need to know what's happening in this moment. So I do need, I need to know exactly what's going on. Alexandra, you got a 16 here. I'll put you on the initiative list since it wasn't on there. Anyone else who feels like they're involved in this situation can. If you don't, then you're good. Brolin will probably want one from you, for sure.
Yeah, Brolin's not gonna let Alexandria die.
Frisha, you don't have to
I
if you
believe
don't
in
want to.
Alexandria. I'm gonna roll initiative just to show how amazing.
The cape.
All right. Perfect. Crocodile goes first. So I would say at the very beginning, it is thoroughly distracted by your previous roll. It is pissed off. It's up on the side of the shrine, like looking at you as you throw berries. It's chomping a few.
Are we supposed to be on a different map?
I'm not putting you on a different map. If you see a map on the thing, that
Oh,
is-
just that the turn order wasn't showing. It was only showing 4 of us, and I was making sure we weren't on a different map from you.
I will show maps sometime. I kind of want to lean back a little bit from maps unless there's a combat, because I feel like the minute everyone sees a grid, they're like, all right, now I'm ready to fight. So I'll stay in theater of the mind until things become confusing, at which point I will turn on a map.
Wait, are these good berries, Dustin?
You did have to spend a spell slot for good berries, by the way. Roland.
Honestly, it was just for flavor, but yeah, I'll cast a spell. I'll expend a spell.
So wait, are they full?
Oh
Yeah, they are.
They don't need to eat anymore.
Make
It's the one that we're trying to distract.
Make another animal handling check with advantage.
wait! Yeah.
You should also save at least 3 good berries so we can feed them to the other 3.
This is where we learn that the croc is a sadist and it just kills for fun.
Yeah, it's pissed off. It immediately gets a chomp in there, and then it immediately just pushes away from the wall and just sifts back out into the water. Doesn't give a fuck anymore. It's full. It's not hungry. It doesn't want to deal with you anymore.
Oh, alright, guess I'll just
They are
swim to the
pretty
shore
hungry.
then.
Yeah, Alexander, there doesn't seem to be any current threat to you right now. If you want to, you wouldn't even have to swim. The water where you are is only about 4 feet. You could wade, and it becomes 2 feet as you get towards the temple. You have two zombies with you with the Tensor's floating disc, and there's one zombie on shore. Fiera is on your shoulder, and your steed is being minded by your remaining zombie on shore.
Here she comes with her entourage.
But you are 20 feet below the rest of the party currently. So you guys are all effectively in the shrine area.
So I feel like
I spit
Roland
water.
should come over to my 3 crocodiles and feed them.
Yeah, Brolin, you want to do that?
Yeah, Brolin's gonna run over and start throwing good berries at these crocodiles.
How many you got left?
I don't know. How many do you think I do? have
Roll
left?
1d6 plus 1. Two. You have 2 berries left. You used a
Okay.
lot to
Well-
throw at this guy.
It'd be 3 because that wasn't a 1.
Oh,
That
okay.
was a plus
Yep.
apostrophe.
Oh, okay, yeah. It'd be 3. You have 3.
Yes. All right, I start throwing them at this crocodile.
Excellent. You're trying to get him to eat him?
Yeah, eat it. Eat the damn berry.
Yeah. Make an acrobatics check for each. Or dexterity base if you want.
I'll do acrobatics. I got a +4 in acrobatics.
Nice. Yep, give me 3 rolls. Alright, 1. Punk, right into its mouth.
Yeah. Next one.
Right into its mouth.
Hungry.
All right.
Down its throat.
All right. Now I'm gonna go eat the other one.
There's only one. Yeah, the minute they eat these, they kind of curl away. They don't care anymore. They're full. They like chomp. They have a weird feeling because I don't think a crocodile's belly's ever full, and they're just kind of like, I want to sleep, and they're just like they just start moving away. Give me that last roll.
Aww.
Alright, yeah, you go to toss it, it punks into the water, and the last crocodile seems to not care. It's still just, like, up, looking at the fresh meat 20 feet above its head. So there remains one crocodile. What are the rest of you doing on the other side? We have Alexandria down at the base, 2 feet in water, her feet drenched, her legs probably quite cold. The rest of you, War and Valfine and Orphex, are on the roof. Opposite side of Freesia and Brolin.
Rope. Lowering a rope. A rope.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So,
easily no check. Alexandria can get up here.
In my pack. Yep.
You want your undead up here too, Alexandria, or are you gonna leave them down?
I'll use the tensor slowly just as an elevator.
Can it rise? I don't think it can rise.
Only right 10 feet.
No, it can totally rise. I'm gonna double check though.
Can it rise 10 feet then? They're 10 feet. They're 10 feet off.
Yeah, we're looking it up. Let's see. This follows you, remains within 20 feet. Up or downstairs, slopes and the like, but it can't cross an elevation change of 10 feet or more. So, never mind.
I would say that the shrine is more like at the peak of its roof, which is sort of a point, is 20. But they're probably, if it raises up 10 feet, they're only 5 feet down. You could War could pick them up if he wants to touch the undead. And lift them up.
They're only 5 feet down?
If it can lift, can it lift? Can it raise or no?
Yeah. As long as it's not more than 10 feet.
Yeah, it could raise up 10 feet. They're 5 feet away from the edge. They could have somebody. I mean, they stand tall enough for someone to grab them and pull them.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. But I would say they're full-bodied fire newts, fire newt corpses. Even though a lot of that meat has fallen off of them, I would say War can do it for free. But anybody else might need to make a check to heft these boys up on the roof.
You know what? Climb yourselves or get left behind.
Oh, okay, yeah. Have them both make strength checks.
Trap. Trigger.
They're up.
Okay.
They're up on the roof.
There you go.
It's a good plan to leave Philip at the shore with the horse. He's the most trustworthy.
We do like Philip.
All right, everybody is on the roof. There does seem to be, I mean, at any point y'all can be together. There seems to be one crocodile still sort of assailing the below depths.
Should I go down there?
I think there's no reason to disturb them.
We'd still have to get into the temple.
Yeah, you imagine if you step down, because right now you guys are all kind of at the face of the temple. I imagine you're probably on the side, because that's where the crocodile currently is, where Freesia has him, is at the front side of the temple. But if you were to drop down, it could take interest in you.
Do we have berries left?
Don't.
No.
We are out.
Roland
Cast it again, though.
So what am I
It's
doing?
only a level 1 spell.
Yeah, I'll go. There you go.
You spend a second level spell slot, and I'm not even gonna make you roll. You can easily, with enough 10 good berries, get this thing to leave you alone. One of them's gonna hit. Yeah, and that would get rid of your problem of hungry crocodiles, almost entirely.
So we tie a rope up here and
Make your way down
to the door.
Absolutely.
So I'll use the same rope. Well, did Alexandria actually use the rope, or did we?
Yeah, she climbed up on the rope.
Okay.
I was saying we pull up that rope,
Yeah.
drop it down.
I was gonna say, yeah. I'll take the rope and
Yeah, that's
I do have 2 ropes with metal hooks, so we can
hang on to the metal hooked one because they're
Right.
not hooked for me.
This is one of the things that I have purchased recently, I believe.
That's excellent. So I'll fasten a rope around. I don't know if there's a pyre on top of this temple or something.
We might have found these. Sorry.
It's okay. And
I
then
think they were from the thing.
So, you all stand at the front of the shrine. You see the two columns that flank the entrance. The images of the long-legged birds with needle-like beaks adorn them on either side. You see slimy steps that ascend into a dark entry arch deeper in. There doesn't seem to be any doors here. It just sort of enters into a dark chamber beyond, lifting out of the water.
There's dark vision. Is there anything? Any features we can make out?
From standing at the edge of steps, absolutely.
Before we all descend into a trap in the darkness?
I can detail the room ahead if you want me to. For those with dark vision, which is most of the party, you see that moss clings to the stonework throughout a large hall that the pathway opens up into. The floor, you can't see the floor from this angle, standing at the bottom of the stairs, but you could probably see, set into the far wall, looks to be a heavy set of stone doors. Yeah.
I relay that to War, including as eloquently as it was said, in second person.
Okay.
So is this underwater or out of water?
Out of water. Up.
Okay. So using the axe, I think, for a torch. If
Yeah.
that's cool with everybody.
It would light and start lighting the details pretty quickly.
I mean, I certainly never had an issue with you using it that way before.
What's the radius?
40-foot dim, an additional... 40-foot bright and an additional 40-foot dim.
Oh.
Hey, it's awesome.
Wow. That's really good.
Forget how awesome that is, yeah.
Yeah.
That is an 80-foot radius. That's pretty good. All right.
Jacob over here is...
Go ahead.
Oh, I said Jacob over here ain't happy with just hitting with big numbers.
It's also
He's got to have some utility. He's learned. He's a veteran.
Have dark vision.
Gotta bring your own dark vision.
My weapon is my dark vision.
Yeah. Very barbarian thing to say. Also, props to Dustin for pointing out that enchantment to me.
Yeah,
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
All right. So you guys should see a map now, correct?
It's black, but yes.
Oh, it's very lower left.
It should light up. Do you see it lighting up yet?
I see nothing.
He's behind the corner, Ed, and
Oh,
he's
you
also
don't,
got dark
you don't
vision,
have
but
sight.
he needs...
I took off your sight.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But he needs 80 feet.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep. I turned off the. That's your sight. Everyone should see your light.
Well, at least now you know what it looked like before you turned your lights on.
Hey, now we see it.
There you go. Now you have super light.
Super light.
Super light.
Yeah. War enters in, lighting the way. Y'all behind him.
Yep.
Yes.
I hiss at it with my dark vision
Yeah.
as it suddenly ignites.
You gotta have it behind you.
As you reach the floor, you see that a mosaic covers it, depicting a tall. The mosaic. No. That's actually wrong. It's not the floor. I misread this. The just a sec. The mosaic floor. Interesting. Yeah, the mosaic floor depicts a tall bird using its long, pointy beak to pin a monstrous frog-like creature with tentacles sprouting from its shoulders, portraying much of the tale that was told to you by Orvex of the Eblis Papazotl and her struggles. At the center of the room looks to be a featureless dais, because it's been illustrated here. And the rest of the room is moss covered, other than the large doors on either side. It is worth noting that there are some words above the door, which Orvex will be eager to translate the moment he sees them. Hold on.
Orvex. Wait.
All
I
right.
check for trap.
Go for it. Make a perception check. All right. You see no mechanisms within this room. You sense none in the walls. You don't see any hideous cracks or pits or holes or anything in the floor. The moss doesn't seem to be covering anything. It just seems to have gathered over time. This room looks weather-worn, but no traps.
Poison moss.
You'd have to test that out yourself to figure out if it's poison or make a nature check.
You want to taste some?
Looking at you, Druid.
Up to you. But
Hey!
it is a nondescript, very plain Chultan moss that grows in places that are damp.
Yep.
What is this thing in the middle?
Normal
It is a featureless dais.
Oh, I sit on the dais to make it featured.
Okay, you sit upon it.
Does your cape blow in the wind?
Stone block holds your
Always.
weight.
It's kind of ridiculous.
And now we go, Orbe. I would
all
like
right,
to,
all right.
if we can, in the future, I would like to examine the room for traps before you place your feet in it.
Well, I was just going to read it. I don't know if I was going to go into the room, but that's fine.
Believe me, I am as eager to read as you are. But I'm also eager not to die.
It has given me time to transcribe it effectively. It says, Papazotl teaches us to bow before no one. Oh.
I make a more dramatic pose on the plinth.
Yeah, definitely not bowing to that.
You make a dramatic pose on a thing. To what? Are you trying to do something, or is this just flavor?
Oh, it's flavored. I'm not bowing to anyone.
Okay, yeah, you make a dramatic pose as you hear the words read out.
Is there anything on the walls?
Moss. Other than that, stone, and you would probably see some depictions here and there, some hieroglyphs of Papazotl. Much as you have been in the other tombs, they seem to have decorated with the resident god as much as they could.
Question.
Yes.
Does it look like where we're standing now, has it recently been covered in water? Submerged?
Oh.
Perhaps?
Here. I would say it's damp. You don't think it's... I would say you don't think it's been submerged recently, but at one point it was.
Okay,
there
so
is a dampness to it, but it's probably from the mist and spray kind of lapping up into here, and probably from, and you can definitely see evidence of, in many forms, the crocodiles making this kind of a place that they would come in, investigate.
Okay.
Oh. There is no one here.
There is no one here that you can see.
Maybe
Do
we're supposed
these
to.
doors have knobs or opening mechanisms?
They seem to be featureless. I know a lot of things are featureless. That's my word of the day. They seem to be solid stone slabs, each next to each other. If they're on hinges, they're on the other side, not this one.
It's Berlin's favorite room in Insane Asylum.
Feels like it is a push situation.
Could be.
I mean, I'll try.
Let me see. Don't I have a little dungeon ambience? Yeah, there we go. Cool. All right. You want to push on the doors?
Yeah, see if they just open.
You step up, you put your turtle claws on the door, you heft weight into your arms and push forward, and as you do, the door opens.
This music concerns.
It's a push situation.
Anything other than inquisitive concerns me in this campaign.
Yep, you were right.
Both doors?
Yeah, at the same time.
You swing them open. Go ahead and put your token up there, so we know you're in this chamber.
Do you want to check this real quick with a scan?
Before you do, let me describe the room to you. You see before you
Too
an
late!
empty pedestal. It stands in the center of the chamber. You see statues lining it on either side, 6 in fact, in alcoves on the walls. They depict bare-chested humans with the heads of different animals. From left to right, the heads resemble those of a lizard, a jaguar, a lobster, a toucan, a bat, and a frog. I will post that in chat.
Animal puzzle. Do these animals look familiar? Like they represent like the lore animals we've been reading about? Or are these fairly normal jungle creatures?
These look like commoner animals.
Commoners.
Well, from the story, he sent just like a frog to go talk to Oobtow, and that got turned into the frog team.
Fair. I'd like to scan the room for the perception check.
Yeah,
Check for traps.
go for it. Give it a scan from here. Go and move your token appropriately.
I'm going to scan around the corner with my very long neck.
Why is all my music so dramatic? More dramatic than I want it to be. It's like, oh, the end of the world. I was like, please just give me some ambience.
Give me empty room ambience, please.
I
I
just
thought the CC got dramatic.
no, I just want regular ambience. I do have some. Let me use my transmographer to get actual, like, just ambience is all I want. Where is my most recent adventure? Dragon of Ispire Peak. I have good music for Dragon. Let's scroll down to the jukebox. I don't know what, like, for having this adventure for 3 years, I'm missing so much audio. Rollable tables? Nope, but the jukebox. Let's get it. Dungeon 1. That's all I want. Just give me a dungeon. Please. Please.
We're in a dungeon? I thought we were in a shrine.
You are, but it's dungeony. There we go. There we go. There's some gorgeous. It's low. Turn it up. Just some regular old ambience. I love it. Perfect. What is happening right now? Who's
Mossy
doing the thing?
reverb. I am scanning the room for traps.
Make a perception check for me.
Did you say mossy reverb?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Oh, okay.
Dang. You are searching for traps. In particular. You don't see any traps, but I think you can easily identify that the only thing that has a chance of being a form of mechanism from your immediate scan of the room, as the statues look quite solid, would be the pedestal at the center. But you don't see anything. that looks like a
Risha
trap.
hurdles the two in front of her and slides into a room.
Okay, you're in.
Can
Before
we
Valfian
not
can
run
even say-
into the rooms before I clear them?
This is where my shrine comes to life and eats everybody.
You guys
Well, everybody in the room.
Exactly.
going... Oh, man. I guess next room I won't scan.
Are we supposed to see this?
Our
Probably
rogue
not.
is very nervous.
Mhm.
Are we supposed to see this?
No, you aren't. I'm sorry. That's disappointing. I apologize.
And I will ignore that.
Jumble up which statues were which in your head, and then which later.
I will do that. I am a little upset at Roll20 for not setting that up properly.
Anti-meta.
Literally taking the thing and not doing it. All right,
If it makes you feel better, I didn't see it.
cool. All right, interesting. Got it. Okie
not see?
dokie.
We didn't see nothing.
So
We
if it's a
didn't see nothing.
puzzle, my first thought is bow to the frog.
But we don't bow to anyone.
The frog is no one. Because that story.
The pedal. The
Are you
pedal
being rude
has-
because we were rude to you earlier?
No.
I mean, he said the frog is no one. That's like his cousin.
The petal has inscriptions on it.
The pedestal does?
Yep, or not the petal. Sorry,
Oh.
the
We should
pedestal.
summon a translate.
Oh, did I hear my name?
Well, Orvex, now that the room is clear and other people would have triggered the traps anyway, you're free to read.
Oh! And he approaches. He says, "Oh, just a lot of script. It'll take me a moment. Just give me a minute or two." And he starts to.
I sigh dramatically.
Can
I could instantly translate all of it.
can I look at the statue?
The statues.
Not investigation, but perception specifically. Not
Yeah.
touching them.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
While that's happening, you know.
You know who else needs to feel useful?
Nope.
The mage.
That one looks very pretty.
Mm.
Shiny.
How much is your light war?
40 and 40?
40 and
40
40.
bright.
Okay, cool. And you are just you are trying to investigate the area with a perception check. Interesting. Frisha, go ahead and make a perception check, really quick. As well as he's shining his light and looking in this room. Perfect. I'm gonna scratch that roll from before. As his light shines over the statue you are standing right in front of, the shadows shift in a way that is unnatural over the statue of the bat. And you feel as though you have, in the brief moment that he shined it across, which makes perfect sense to why you saw what you did, you see a passage further on. And when he moves his light away, it's gone.
I guess I investigate the bat.
You step close and look. It's a solid stone. Investigate the back. It's a solid stone statue. Do you look behind it?
Yeah.
Solid stone wall. Solid stone wall. Orvex begins to read out the inscription. Comes with sunshine, leaves with night. Hides in darkness, does not bite. Always joined to its caster, never strays from its master. I feel like I've heard this before.
War, come back here.
What? Okay.
Yeah, War.
You get it.
As you make your way over towards Frisha, you're holding your axe. The light hits the statue of the bat, and it seems to just fade away from you as the light gets closer. The bat just disintegrates away, and you see a passage beyond.
Well, that's lucky.
Leaves with night. Always joined to its caster, never strays from its master. Caster,
Casterly Rock?
Like casting the light.
It comes with sunshine, leaves with night, hides in darkness.
Shadows?
Well, the first two might be the bat. Comes with sunshine, leaves with night.
Mhm.
Like this whole thing might just be to point at the statue. But I
Yeah,
don't
hides.
know if the rest.
But what's
is-
caster and master?
yeah.
Familiar?
Light is joined to its caster. Like you cast light.
Is there a full text? Can we text in Discord? Or...
It's in the
in
chat
Roll20.
room.
Roll
Yeah.
20.
It's in roll
Do I
20.
not see it? Why don't I?
Scroll down.
No, I see.
Yeah, I put all the words in.
No. If for me,
No.
it's...
Frisha attempts to touch where the bat statue is supposed to be.
Brolin, are you inside with everyone else, or are
Yeah.
you outside? Okay, cool. You haven't moved your token yet, so I'll put you in.
It's literally shadow.
Yeah, because you cast a shadow and it never leaves you.
Yep.
Mhm.
And it doesn't bite.
But Trisha is trying to touch where the bat would be.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to touch the bat statue.
Well, the bat would leave us a shadow if it were there, right? But it didn't.
Your hand goes through. The statue is no more in the face of the light.
Wait, so leave your hand there and then have War move the light. See what happens. I mean-
Trisha looks behind the statue.
The statue's not there anymore. With War's light, it dissipates away. There's just a passageway beyond.
Did you want to check for traps?
Yeah,
Are
that's
you
probably
just
a good
gonna
idea.
fly in there ahead of me?
Trigger.
Well, you
Forward.
said that it was fine.
Oh, you're sending Trigger forward. Yeah, Trigger goes in.
I'm gonna tell him to go forward until he hits the wall.
He turns and he's gone.
Well, that went well.
All right. Well, I mean,
You don't hear anything. And you follow after Alexandria?
yeah.
You enter into a chamber on the other side of this thin walls. You make your way through, kind of getting too uncomfortably close to the moss. You finally breathe away as you enter into a chamber beyond. You see the walls are just solid stone other than the back wall facing you. The back wall facing you. You see a strange grid etched into the wall of this stone cell.
Valfane, you better come in here and check for traps.
Do I hear her?
Well,
Yes,
not
you
that
do.
far
You
away.
do. You do.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it stopped sound from.
Your zombie
Okay,
is
I don't
in the
know what
room.
good it'll do.
Oh yes, I know, but he is an idiot. There's no guarantee he could have tripped the trap. He could just be that dumb lucky.
Are you complimenting me now?
As
Complimenting
Valfine
with what?
sort of inches forward here.
Inches forward as we banter. Yes.
Listen, as much as I would love to bestow you with any manner of compliments, being better than a zombie isn't exactly a great starting point.
But from you, I'm gonna check for
So-
traps.
I light my lamp and set it in the alcove where the bat is supposed to go.
Okay.
And then me and War can look at other stuff.
Yeah, you can. While you're doing that, Valfine, make a quick check for traps in that room.
Hell yes.
And Warren Freesha, make investigation checks. Berlin, what are you doing?
Huh. I'm not sure. I guess. I don't wanna.
Two in a row.
I don't wanna. I have a spell
I
that
think
can
we're good.
that can detect traps. So I part of me wants to look at it.
Okay,
Are there any?
you're in this main chamber. Are you in roll 20? You see where you see where you are right now? Perfect. You're in this main chamber, which does seem void of traps currently. Valfine has just left for the other chamber to check for traps, of which Valfine you do see none.
All right. This is moss right here.
Yes,
Right?
it's all moss covering the walls. Yep. And you are
Yes.
currently in front of. Let me get the correct statue here. You are in front of the jaguar.
We've
Jaguar.
already figured out this room.
Oh
right?
no, now you're in front of the lobster.
Maybe?
The only inscription on the pedestal referred to the bat and getting a light to it.
I just want to make sure that there isn't another one. How wide is this room compared to the width of the building outside?
The width of the building outside stands at about 45 feet. Oh wait, no, that's incorrect. 50 feet. This chamber here is 20 feet.
Valfine, could you do me a favor?
Of course, anything.
Could you try pressing any of those oddly colored square tiles?
Do I? I hope I see the oddly
You
colored
do.
square
You
tile.
see this thing I've shown everybody. Yep.
Are we not all filing into that room?
You could if you wanted to. It'd be get a little cramped.
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, no, it's literally 10 by 10. Probably not.
You want to go in, War?
We're also only like
Yeah.
15 feet away, so you can hear us for sure.
Yeah. The only issue would be the light thing. Is like if I'm taking the light with.
I
yeah.
dropped my
She
lamp.
left a lantern.
I have a lamp.
You'd be.
Okay. Is it bright light though?
It's enough
Whatever
light.
a lamp is.
It would.
It's enough light.
Yeah, the lamp would definitely
Okay.
be
Okay,
enough to
cool.
make the statue disappear.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we wouldn't want to have it reappear and then have us trapped in here until somebody had a bright idea.
It's true.
I hate you.
So the tiles.
I live in darkness.
Okay, Batman.
Darkness.
Oh God, does that
The-
make this the Batcave?
God.
It technically is a bat cave, yes. It is behind a bat.
Pretty sure it tells them to press the square one.
I am going to. So, do they depress, or are there a couple that are raised from
Are you
the
touching
pattern,
them?
or is it? I'd like to look at them first before I start pushing buttons.
Yeah,
Which
you
is the
can.
greasiest one.
You can get close. They look to be just a solid stone carving carved into the wall. You don't see any kind of, I would say with the perception check you did before, you don't see any kind of like break in them that would like break in the stone that would allow it to impress or
Any
depress.
inscription?
None.
Writing?
You can see. Not that you can see with your previous perception check. No.
Quick turnaround. Anything else in the room of note other than?
No.
I'm going to take out my journal. I'm going to sketch it as closely as I can.
Question: is there light in this room?
No.
There is.
Oh, from
Well,
There's
when
now.
war. From
When
war.
I came in, yeah.
All right, so we came in with the room completely dark. Because Alfie and I both have dark vision. There was no change.
Mhm.
If War's in here with this really bright light, is there any change?
There is not. It's just easier
Okay.
to see. And it's very clear to see that this is a carving on the wall.
Easier to see what?
The room around you.
Oh, okay.
And the squares on the wall.
Okay. Could I cast detect? Do I have detect magic? It's been so long.
Is it prepped?
Well, I'm imagining it would be a ritual. Oh wait, I took an identify.
There's no writing.
No writing.
What do you think, War? Is it a maze?
While they are having any conversation, I'm going to put my hand on this mosaic thing and cast identify as a ritual.
Okay. Yep, that'll take 10 minutes. So you're casting it as a ritual. It'll take a moment. What is everyone doing in the meantime?
While she's doing that, is there a pattern to the embossed, like the raised portions of the mosaic?
Of the squares? Nope.
Yeah.
There's what you see before you is pretty much what's there. It's flat. Nothing raises any higher than the other. It seems just sort of carved into the wall.
But it's carved. There's no like sliding anything. It doesn't slide. It doesn't move.
There is no movement to this thing. It is a part of the wall. Not that you can see right now. Just looking at it.
Who would? Why? War?
The only thing I could think of, I mean, looking at the at least two of them are similar. Like the bottom left, like dark one, I mean, and then the kind of middle bottom dark one are pretty much the same, except the leftmost one has a little bit of light on it.
So War's casting light in here at any angle. There's no difference that doesn't show.
No. You are staring at a very mundane-looking wall right now,
Mm.
unless Alexandria's spell tells you otherwise, which will
Mundane,
be
my
pretty
ass.
soon.
Frasier yells in for them to do shadow puppets.
Right. Shadow puppets.
Sure.
You
why
see
not?
Brolin come through the crack. He's like right.
All right. All right, I got an idea. Is there any moss in here?
On the floor?
Oh, there is.
In the
Brolin,
corners?
the plants are not intelligent enough to tell you how to solve a puzzle.
You don't
Huh.
know that.
Oh no.
Do you want to talk to the moss?
I love that I guessed it.
Yeah.
All right, spend the spell slot.
Oh no.
Begin the
Oh
conversation.
no.
Speak with plants. Get down low. Hey, buddy.
What is this?
I need to roll a concentration check.
I'm talking.
Understand you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You're my friend. You're my buddy. How's it going?
I am alive.
I need to start my ritual over.
Yeah,
Does anyone have
great.
Frasier leans in for a second and asks if anyone has a torch.
Yeah, Orvex would. Oh yeah, I got one in my pack, and he'll hand you one.
Okay, I'm gonna light a torch out here and literally touch the torch to everyone, the statues, to try and make them not real.
Absolutely. Let me give you the torch light, which should be 40 and 20. Yeah, you go over each. Two. As you're doing that, each one does not seem to reveal anything extra. You do get to see the details of the statues a little bit better. They look immaculately carved. Some of them have some moss covering on them, and they do look as though they've probably been here for a really long time, though you can tell in some places that the moss has been wiped away. Recently, probably within the last month or so. This place was sort of kept up, and the moss that's grown here in this chamber now could be newer, you think, especially on the statues. What do you want?
God.
Yeah. Well, see, I got a question for you. When was the last time someone was in here? You know, in this room, someone like me.
Yes. The scales were here.
Crocodiles.
Cobalt.
You want tea?
Scales. You want tea? What did they do in here?
They killed my brothers and sisters, removing us from this place of life.
Brolin was really happy at the beginning of this
This is a
conversation.
very, very sinister sounding moss.
He will continue once I got to says they will come for me soon. They will, as they have for us all.
No, don't. I won't let that happen. Don't worry.
It
It'll be
is
all right.
inevitable.
The most depressed plant.
All right.
Water your plants, ladies and gentlemen.
Confirmed. Still the most useless spell.
So he said they killed something in this room.
My brothers and sisters, yes.
Did they rip them apart? Did they set you on fire?
Tore and ripped, removed and suffocated. Where they are now, I do not know.
All right. War.
Moisturize me.
The Yuan T were here.
Do you want tea? How do you know?
Yeah. This moss is telling me its secrets. It's had a rough life.
I make Orvex hold the torch, and I try and completely cover with the billowing cloak some of the statues, and see if me casting shadows on any of them does any.
Yeah, we see you like casting shadows, like testing it out, and yeah, you cast shadows across the across the different statues, and each one forms kind of different, interesting shapes. But after each one, you're not really nothing miraculous is happening, but you are casting very interesting shapes in the wall behind. And Orvex goes, you might be onto something there. Try that one again. And, yeah, I imagine you do it.
Orvex are having our own adventure with Trigger.
Man, you just and Orvex will put a hand on Trigger and then immediately remove it, and there's just a bunch of like slime from the decay. He says, "Excuse me." I think Trigger just moves out of the way. And she's just like, "Try putting both your arms up. Stretch out like you're about to do a jumping jack." So you and Orvex giving you instructions, and you're like trying to cast shadows.
By the time they come back out, we're probably just doing shadow puppets on the back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Release me from this pain.
All right. Give me a second.
I'm literally about to draw some emo moss.
Did they take something from here other than your brothers and sisters?
They only removed my family, as they will soon remove me. They want this place to be empty. It is their ritual.
Ritual.
But weren't there other ones that were like cleaning the places?
Yeah,
And all of the other shrines.
Yeah,
It's
you've come across this multiple times.
There's like kobold footprints.
Oh wait, it's kobolds. The kobolds are doing this. What the hell? This poor Moss.
Is there any magic on the wall?
Yeah, your thing completes. I'm sorry, Alexander, I forgot that your spell completes, and this is a completely mundane stone wall.
Yeah, I figured that's why you forgot.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just
Thank you
worried
for
that
reminding
was
me.
why. Yep.
Which statues out here actually were cleaned more thoroughly?
Make an investigation check.
Since me and Orvex are having our
Sure,
own...
make it with advantage. You got Orvex. Let me pull this back. I'm not being a player.
Oh man.
Investigation. Wait, did you do it? Oh, yeah, nice. The 5 that are currently visible look to probably all have been cleaned around the same time and given about the same amount of care.
Oh, wait. How many animals were on the wall in the main room?
6.
Fuck. Because there are 9 discolored squares here.
And we have
It's 15 by 7, which is not useful, but that's...
we have the light on the bat thing, right?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, my
we do.
Can I go back out here and look at the pedestal?
Yes,
Or-
you can. You want to investigate it?
Sure.
Make a roll. Nice. It is a big block of stone.
Damn it.
There is moss
Can
crusted
I-
all over it.
So we found out it's not magical.
Yes.
Can we wave Orvex in here?
Sure.
Is there anything else going on in this room, like a ceiling situation?
Your current
or-
chamber is actually
Yeah.
very, very mundane. Other than this thing on the wall, there's nothing else here of great interest that you can see.
Oh god!
Do you have
it's-
anything?
I've heard a lot of people talk. What's going on?
Calipers.
This was the trial. The cube was in here. I bet. Somebody has taken it already.
I asked the Moss. So, other than the scaly ones who took your family, were there anyone else in here?
Was there anything else in here? Was anything ever removed from here?
You are new. Only the scales return.
No, he's telling me that the only thing they took out was his brothers and sisters.
Yeah, but you asked if... Oh, actually, I don't know what you asked. Fuck. Never mind.
Yeah, I asked if they took anything from this place, and you just said.
You
his
said,
brother-
did they... I'm worried Ed is grabbing you on this technicality. So
You
I'm
can
just-
communicate.
Um,
You asked if anyone else was taken from here. You didn't ask if anything else was here or
If-
taken from here.
was anything else here? Did they take anything else other than your brothers and sisters from here?
Thing.
He says, No, you speak of the scales only. They are all that comes, like a storm, in and out, like an endless tide. But we regrow. We will always regrow.
Your stupid moss. I don't need to hear about your moss wars.
Super
Floor
J.
and ceiling out here.
The floor and ceiling are solid stone slabs. They do have some moss kind of crusting in different places, but like I said, it does seem like it's been like you think this whole chamber should be completely covered in moss, but it has been maintained because there was moisture that laps in.
Point out the markings on the wall to Orvex. Do you know what this is? The only thing in this room?
Yes, this is a puzzle key.
A-
Interesting.
A puzzle key, yeah. It doesn't move or anything. It
No,
doesn't.
it wouldn't. It is an inscription. Interesting that you found this. This is important. Very important. As important as the inscriptions outside, I imagine.
Can you read it?
There's nothing to read. They are just squares.
What is a puzzle key used for?
A puzzle key, I imagine, is they come in many different forms. It's dependent upon the creativity of the artist who makes them, the ancient Omnuin in this case. But it definitely seems to be of that kind.
I'm gonna roll my eyes and walk back to the main room.
He begins counting the squares. 1,
Why would they make this? Like,
That's
what
so
do they typically want to translate to
It
people?
is a challenge of some sort. Something meant to test the mind. What is Papazotl's phrase again? Bow to no one? It doesn't make any sense. He puzzles as he continues to count the squares.
Can I go back to the room before the one with the pedestal in
Absolutely, clink.
it and just look around other than the animals on the wall?
Yeah, I won't-
Anything of note? Grooves, vines?
I will not waste your time with extra perception checks. You have found what can be found in this room.
Okay. No, I mean the
What?
is this the room? I mean the one before this.
Oh, the one before this.
Because there was the animals right on the wall, and then we moved in and saw the dais by itself, right?
No. The dais is right here. Oh, the room before this. You want to go in here?
Yes.
Oh, yes. You have investigated this room as well for traps. Go ahead and make another perception check. Nice. You don't think there is any actual significance to this chamber. It seems to just be an open... It's got the dais in the center. It might have had some sort of importance before, like individuals might have come here to maybe sacrifice something on it or use it as like a pedestal to do a speech. You're not really sure what its primary function could have been. A number of things, but the moss has completely taken this area and worn it down more than any other chamber. This chamber has probably gotten the least maintenance, so a lot of the corners are rounded. You can see there is just a lot of decay in this room, but other than that, nothing of great detail.
All right.
So
Yes,
I'm
War?
gonna touch 2 of the squares at the same time.
All right, yeah, you start touching the squares. Says, I don't know what you're expecting. It's just a drawing, effectively, on a wall, Orvex would say as you start to put your hands on it. What are you looking at, War?
This back wall,
Yeah.
is there anything to script?
No, it is a wall.
Just a blank wall?
Just a blank wall. I'm so sorry.
This is so weird.
Alexander, did I hear you say that you believed that the cube was already taken?
I see no other evidence that there's anything else to this shrine, so it leads me to believe that the prize was here, and perhaps this was relevant to the cube.
I would be inclined
is-
to agree with you if there was a pedestal in this room. Thus far, the experience of the shrines that I've been to, at least, and with you, the puzzle cube has always rested inside the pedestal.
Man, I'm about 3 steps from trying to convince Ward to just not bow to this wall.
It is a bit of a difficulty, isn't it? The Omnuans never
Yes.
want to make it easy. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
It's 15 by 7.
30, 60,
The hell?
120 squares.
120 feet. 120
Nice
feet.
math, Orvex. Here's a question.
What?
No, that's stupid.
Well, I mean, I'm up to hear anything at this point.
How many shrines are there?
9. Supposed to be, at least.
There's 9 blocks.
1.
Are these the relative locations of the shrines?
There are 9 blocks. It would have to be overlaid in a map of Omu, which, I don't believe one exists.
Done. Let's see here.
If it is, it's rotated. It's too horizontal.
It would have to be for the length of the city. It's possible, but I'm not sure.
It would depend on how the scale of the squares works.
Yeah, it doesn't work judging by memory of where our shrines we've been.
That was a good thought. Shit.
How big are these on the wall, by the way?
How big? It covers most of the wall. 10 feet.
How big is
Big as
each
a
square?
square. I don't really know the math of that. Fairly big.
Like, all right, I guess what I'm leading to is if a cube were to be pressed into any of these, would that result?
The only way for
would
them
they
to be,
fit?
the only way for them to be pressed into here is if you had enough strength to smash the cube and destroy the stone behind it.
Yeah, because we were. I checked it earlier, and there aren't any mechanisms.
It is
or-
carved into a solid stone
Yeah.
slab wall.
It's like picked in there.
I guess I come out to this back wall that War's looking at and try and guess where some of those things are on that wall.
Where what things are?
So, matching spots on the back wall to the puzzle wall.
Yes.
Kinda was-
Yeah, you can try to piece that together in the spots.
You can hand a journal off. I
Yeah.
made a copy.
The spot, yeah, you got a copy of it. That's perfectly fine. The spots on the wall are insignificant from what you can see. It's just this is just a solid stone wall from what you can tell. But the spots that you're able to pinpoint, like this would be here, this would be here, this would be here, no significance.
This in the middle of the room. What was this again?
Where's
The
War-
big room.
That's a
There's
pedestal.
Brolin.
Where the artifact
That is the
would be.
pedestal. You see the words written on it from the riddle that was spoken by Orvex.
Judging by the previous pedestals, can we tell if this has opened already?
Make an
Looking
investigation.
at like a
Yeah.
like a
What was-
similar. Yeah.
What was the inscription over the door?
Over the door. Make that investigation check for me really quick, Valfine. You said you wanted to just check and see if it had been open recently. Over the door, I will put that in chat as well. I'll repost in chat words that have been spoken.
Okay.
Or what runes.
Yeah.
So here's this, and here's this.
Hey, can we try something?
Go for it.
How big is this pedestal in the middle of the room?
It is about 5 feet by 5 feet as the actual pedestal. The tiny thing in between is probably 2 feet.
So,
Yeah, it's like a 5-foot square.
okay. If we were to use a light source to direct its shadow onto any of these statues,
Frisha, you have already done that. I will put that out there because Frisha was in this room playing with Orvex with shadows. You've already done that to no result. Just to avoid wasting time with that.
can you run over what areas have been cleaned meticulously?
This I would say, as far as it goes, the outer room is the least clean, with this being the second, and the one that you were in with the puzzles probably the most clean.
And those discolored cubes, they weren't a result of like staining?
No, actually, yeah, interesting. Those discolorations are purposeful. They were, you believe, some form of paint that is withstood.
Wait a minute. Okay. I have ideas, and I'm trying to see.
Yeah, I got a couple of ideas myself.
I'm gonna let you guys keep puzzling until, but we are at 10:35. But I will, as with most puzzles, because this stuff can get frustrating, and I know some people here really enjoy like actually trying to think these out. Rolls are still possible. I would allow a single roll from everybody, or one. You either roll or you assist someone, one or the other, to try and piece stuff together. If you guys want that, I can do that, because your characters could be more intelligent than you are, and I might give you a clue. But we'll save rolling for whenever you want. If you want to, I might even award extra XP if you don't.
Well, so the animals match the same animals as the ones in the room I'm standing in. The door,
what
right?
Animals? The only place you see animals
The
are
jaguar,
on these statues.
the bat, the...
Yep, the only instance you see those animals are on these statues.
Okay, so there's no
other instance of these animals anywhere else in this place.
The hell is... Okay.
Orvex is going to step out because he doesn't want to be alone. It's getting cold in there. Anyone figure anything out yet?
I learned
I
that
have a
boss is pretty
hunch.
depressing.
How about you, Orvex? Any theories?
I'll give Orvex a quick roll and see if I can see if he has anything in his head. We'll do this. He says, I've been puzzling for a while. I haven't come up with anything directly. Says, this might be something to take back to the camp. Ask others about. Maybe maybe we can use the resources of Victor. He's quite a smart wick. He might know an answer here, but I'm failing to come up with much. The only thing I could say, and this is from my knowledge of old Omnuin, that everything is connected. It must be connected.
Have what? War?
Go ahead, War.
I figured it out, but it's going to take some time.
What have you figured out, War? You better talk as War. You gotta roleplay and puzzle at the same time. Do you have something?
Okay. The squares, the dark ones, are numbers that correspond to letters that are in the pedestal. I've only gotten through the first 5. and it says cover so far.
He starts counting the words on the pedestal. He counts for a minute and ends 120.
That's very specific.
It is.
What's that? 1, 2. So that's 2.
So the dark spots correspond with what exactly? Different letters in the, because there are 120 letters total then.
Yeah.
Okay,
So it's
a
what
cipher.
number letter?
It's a cipher. Okay. Okay. That's very obscure. Interesting. I'm proud of you.
So we see War just going through in the journal. What's everyone else
Yeah, I've
doing?
got the. I mean, I'm watching him go
Yeah.
over this with
Wait,
very intensely because.
I ran out of words.
Well, the last letter is S, and I was working way backwards.
Wait. All right, so I have a guess based on what I have deciphered so far. And if the 120 comes from also the entrance one, might be one more. Yeah, okay, so that matches up.
Oh, you might have missed where I entered it. There's one more line above my investigation roll.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, there are not 120 squares.
It's 15 by 7.
It's
Yeah.
15. 15 times 2, 60, and then there's so let me see. Oh, you're right. I was wrong. I miscounted. There are less.
Dang it, Orvis.
Okay.
There's 105.
105.
105.
We should still match up with the words. I was just carrying the 10 wrong. I'm sorry. While Jacob is ciphering this out, y'all are free to RP how you will.
I still have communicate with plants
You do.
technically up. Can I roll a nature check instead of a persuasion check to maybe poke around some of these plants and maybe get some insight on maybe what we can do?
Oh, in this situation?
Yeah.
The plants don't have any information on what to do. Their perception isn't with. They can't view. They don't have like their eyes looking around. They can only feel, and the most perception they're able to give you is that they keep getting ripped up by scaly hands. That's the moss in the area. But yeah, they're more feelings than sight.
Okay.
But yeah, we could see you in the corner, Brolin, having conversation with some of them, trying to glance what you can off of some more of the moss.
We would definitely notice if moss had eyeballs.
So, like, I have a guess based on what I have, but something's messing up for me.
What's your guess, Wool?
Let's cover something's eyes. But I don't.
The
Yeah.
moss's eyes.
So maybe the bat that we had take the light away, but cover its eyes.
Sounds good to me.
Take
Snuff
the-
that light.
What was the total number of characters?
105.
105?
What did you say it said?
Cover EY, and then I don't lost track from there, kind of.
Well, you are putting the words in where these darker squares are, right?
Yeah.
You said cover eyes. That's all the squares there are to fit it.
Yeah, but the last two characters are me guessing.
Oh.
That's all I was getting at. So it's cover EY, and then I still have
Two characters left.
yeah, and those two I'm starting to run out of space with, so it's weird. I might just be screwing
Cover
stuff up here.
eyes.
Cover eyes.
Should we put the lights out?
If I walk into this room, I'm stuck. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. And I cover my eyes. Do I see anything?
You do not. You see the darkness of your palms.
The last two letters are ES, so covered eyes
Is it?
makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I was assuming. I was just ran out of.
I'm gonna put you to ease. It's cover eyes, Jacob.
Okay, cool.
You got
All
it.
right, can we get everybody out of the back room?
There's a zombie
And then-
back there. You want him? You want him back over
Can you
here?
grab them for me? Because I can't.
Comes out.
I guess I put out my
Try to-
lamp.
Yeah, cover all 6 of the statue eyes.
Put out your lamp.
And I pick it up and put it back in my pouch.
Okay, I'm gonna get rid of your lamp. Okay, good stuff. You keeping your lamp, or your light?
Probably try turning it off just to see if there's anything we see.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be in the dark or something.
Off. Darkness. A
Okay.
minute or so.
Oh yeah.
Turn it back on.
Yep.
Nothing.
I have War stand in the middle of the room, and make it and using shadows from his thing, try and make a shadow over all the eyes.
Oh, from his light. I don't know if you can
Well,
proportionally.
there's multiple of us.
Let's. Can we try to physically cover the eyes of that first, and then maybe like all of the statues at the same
Because
time?
we can't cast light on it, right? Or it'll disappear. So all
That's
light
true.
sources out. All light sources out, and then have someone try to.
Yeah, what are you covering them with? You can do that.
Either just your hands or cloth.
I mean,
Yeah, you can't. Whatever. You let me know what you got.
I've
I
got.
don't think it's
cover them
supposed to be with your.
You got zombies.
Yeah,
You got.
we got 6 people.
You got rations. You do what you want. If you're covering the statue's eyes.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
let's.
I don't really have anything I can place over anything.
I have my old Chilton's traveler's clothes. Or wait, that's
yeah.
what I'm wearing, right?
You can rip them if you want.
Sure.
Oh,
Why not?
Tear off
I mean-
your clothes.
Meta-wise, this isn't something that can't be solved by 4 people.
Yeah.
True. You do have quite an entourage here. You actually, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, with this many people, we could just cover all their eyes with our hands.
before anyone
That
does any of
sounds
that,
danger.
before anyone does any of that, I'm gonna step over the threshold.
Okay, yeah. So what are you guys doing?
Do we want to just do it with our hands?
Sure.
That's probably
Who is going where?
here.
You got 2
Hello,
zombies.
I'll be-
coming.
I'll be right here.
Okay. Yeah, this is visible now. And then you've got a zombie. Alright. All of the statue's eyes are covered. Everybody puts a hand up on the statues, and all of their supposed sight is blocked. Nothing happens.
Fuck.
I think we're still missing something.
Like my patience.
What if I go out here?
So solving the riddle opened that door to that room, right?
Oh yeah, the shadow riddle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Solve the shadow riddle.
Yeah, and
And then
what was in the room exactly again?
A cipher.
You step
A
out
slate
here,
wall.
Ward.
Yeah.
Yep. You see the words above the door. You see the pedestal on the ground. You see the moss all around you.
I'll try extinguishing the light and then looking at it a little bit that way.
Okay. You extinguish the light in this room. The runes on the top of the door illuminate, but only the words "bow to no one."
He'll bow in this room. Nope. All right, tried it. There's no one here.
Oh yeah, you bowed in this room. Nothing happened in
Yeah.
this room.
Wait a minute. I go back in here.
You can.
So it's
Oh,
bow to
you'd
no
have to
one.
put a light there. It's blocked right now.
Okay. Can we do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now there's two things I want to try. But I do realize I just cut Jacob off.
You're fine.
So
I'll let everybody know. Only bow to no one shows.
You cut out, but yeah, you let everyone know that the
Yeah.
that the bow. That
Yeah,
the words
yeah,
are out of
yeah,
no
yeah.
one.
Mm-hmm. So you're going in the back room again?
Yeah, Alexandria went to the back room. Horvex looks
I'm probably
frust-
taking.
Go ahead.
Bow to no one.
Wait.
There's
Ward covers his eyes and then bows.
Nothing.
No.
What's Alexandria doing, Kyle?
What if we all bow?
So I'm in the room.
Yep.
There is no one in the room. There's
Nope.
no statues.
No light. no
So with
statues.
my eyes closed, I'm gonna bow.
You bow. Nothing happens.
Okay.
What the balls?
Can I shout up the tunnel to remove the light source so that the statue's up and I'm trapped in here?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
The statue forms. What do you do, Alexandria?
So there's no changes in the state of the room,
No.
especially
Wait.
on the mural.
Wait,
Okay.
wait.
What?
What about when we covered all the statue's eyes, the statue that disappeared initially was gone. What
No,
if we
the statue.
close
When you
that-
covered the
No,
eyes, the
no, no.
statue is still there.
It only disappears when
With
light,
light,
is.
yeah.
Oh,
Cast on
okay.
Or
Yeah.
put out
And
your
it is-
light. I just
it is
want
a
it to be purely dark in here too.
Yeah, no, there's no light.
Yep.
I'll have War's light turn off. Continue with what you were doing, Kyle.
Hand
is
on
the
war
phys-
shoulder.
It is a physical statue, right?
There is no statue in this room. No.
No,
Oh,
but
oh,
the one that keeps disappearing?
yes, it has sealed you.
Okay. Is there anything on the statue's back?
Make a perception check.
I gotta open up my. Damn it. Okay.
Hmm.
With advantage because I'm such a huge smarty.
Sure. Take it.
No, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
But I will use my inspiration.
All right.
to
Put
give
your
myself-
coin down, and you can get inspiration.
Alright.
15, double 15s. All right. On the back of the statue, you see a small inscription. It shows the statue itself, illustrated. It's very small, and it has a blindfold around it. And you see there's a figure in front of it, bowing.
Okay. Sweet.
we
I
have the right
shout
idea.
from behind the statue. Get me out of here!
Turn on light.
All right, you can move on out.
Okay. I have
I think you
the
destroyed
port
all
key.
of my lights when you did that.
Okay, so there was an inscription on the back of the statue. It's telling us to blindfold the statue and then bow to it.
Just the one.
Just the one.
This one with no light.
The disappearing one. Yeah, we need it to be here.
Okay.
So we need to blindfold it.
Hands over some rags.
Okay.
Okay. No. Yep. Fine. I'll have the little athletic girl do it.
I can't see anything.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Yep. I can see everything, but I'm incapable. All right. I'll complain and whinge the whole time I'm doing this,
Okay,
Oh
you
my God.
blindfold the statue.
and then I blindfold the statue, and then I will bow to it.
Yeah, this statue. Nothing currently happens.
It was the statue that was illustrated on the back, right?
It was this one, yes.
I make blindfolds to the rest of the statues and then bow.
You put
I suppose.
you go through and put one on each statue.
Might as well, right?
Didn't
Okay.
we
There's
try
no one.
bowing to them all? I thought we did.
We just covered their eyes.
Yeah, you just covered
Oh.
their eyes.
Well, we could all bow to a statue.
Yeah, you tie behind each of them, and Freesia just you bow.
Sure.
Describe your bow to me.
It is a absolutely ridiculous flourishing bow with the cape billowing,
You
like
flourish.
full noble.
You
Yeah.
flourish and you bow in the room, and as you do, you feel the chamber shift, and the pedestal starts to turn, and as it does, it opens up, splitting in 4 places as you see a second pedestal within rise to the same height as its shell, and it closes around it, and there is a puzzle cube at the top of it.
My God. Oh my fucking God.
As he bowed
So
to
we
no
had-
one.
You literally had to bow at the wall.
No, he wasn't bowing at the wall.
He's bowing
It
to
was
the.
just all of them had to be covered. No one could see you.
Oh, I get
Uh-huh.
Jacob had the right idea. He just did it in the wrong room. Yeah.
Well,
Kind of.
perfect timing. Who grabs the last scene? Who grabs this? Who grabs this? This stone.
The kobolds.
They're not here.
I think War should grab it.
You grabbing it, War?
Okay. Will do.
He's the
Alright.
least likely to die.
I can't believe the Nagas took this puzzle cube before we got to it.
All right.
What
You
monsters?
lift the cube from the pedestal. It has not left that place in some time. A cake of dust is around it. But it's cleanly set where it once sat, and you have the cube of Papazotl, your
We
third.
did it, guys.
Jesus.
Perfect way. Sneeze of
The-
dust.
The room was a red herring the whole time.
No, it was a key.
Technically not, but
A key to what, though?
Which room are you talking about? I guess.
The
The-
real
the-
question
The
is,
tiny one.
why does this place
No.
have like 20-foot thick walls?
A lot of them have really thick walls. Yeah.
Like the squares were the key to how I figured cover eyes.
I guess that's true, but
So
unless the back of the statue doesn't actually have a thing back there.
it does not. If you want to know details, I had to give you guys a couple of things. The words bow
The
to no
numbers.
one. The words bow to no one were just me. That lit up. The thing on the back of the statue, I wanted to give you something because you did a inspiration. You rolled well, and I just thought a tiny clue wouldn't hurt. There's a bowing process with statues.
Yeah.
If you were going to investigate the other statues, I was going to put one behind each head. I thought maybe that would come, but I had to give you something because it was a unique thing to do, is to look at the back of the statue. And Orvex counting. I was trying to trigger something with
Yeah.
counting too.
Yep.
This is going to be very much me and puzzles. I don't like watching you guys struggle. I like watching you guys have fun, but once it starts getting rough, I want to try to sneak in little clues if you aren't rolling for it yet. If you guys are looking for stuff, because I think that's enjoyable. Because I don't like seeing you guys go like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, no, fuck this stupid puzzle. Yes, this is Papazotl's Shrine. Welcome to probably one of this. Let this be a trendsetter for future puzzles.
Oh boy.
Oh.
All right,
Oh God.
let this be a trendsetter. The 2 games I have watched, the party have just left this one. They have just said nope, and they have left this one.
They just leave. Nice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give all of you 1,000 XP for completing that bad boy, and I'm gonna give you XP for these, but I'm gonna give you an extra 250 because y'all got the puzzle on your own.
So 1250.
So I'm gonna give you total XPs here. We're gonna go 1250 just for the shrine. Just that extra 250 for not needing to roll to sort of really figure it out. Outside, you didn't have to do like an intelligence. I need to thank on this here puzzle. Y'all pieced it together, which is very cool. And then for the 4 crocodiles that y'all fought, let's get some calculator out for that. And you'll get half XP because you didn't actually fight them, but you still get XP.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. The number of characters was 5 because Orvex wasn't really involved. The party level was currently is an average of 6. And you get an extra 160. So our total for the evening will be 1,410 XP. That is the absolute total. Good job,
Nice.
guys. Very good job. All right. What's up?
am almost 2K from leveling up.
I know who did level up. Alexandria.
Oh, did I?
You were on the fringe, on the edge of leveling up.
I'm at.
You-
It's
no-
funny. The closer I zoom in, those numbers still don't get any bigger.
If you see the plus symbol on your red bar, it means you've leveled up.
Oh, well, okay.
You've gone beyond.
I
And
figured it was 2,400, but
the next level is 34,000, so I will update your bar. But you have leveled up. You are level 7 with War. Very cool, guys. Everybody should be getting pretty close. This is a lot of XP coming in. Yeah, I'm seeing some numbers that look like everybody's on the fringe of level 7. For sure.
I still got another 1,500 or so.
well, good work, guys. Nobody died. We figured out a puzzle. Jacob Clutch figured out the cipher.
He got
That
that
was-
cipher.
That was pretty
Yeah.
nasty.
That's good. That's good.
Play the
I'm
game.
prepared now. I'm
I
gonna come
was-
to with Excel sheets open.
He's gonna be ready. All right.
I was here for moral support. Yep.
The first part of that was having to count individuals and not knowing whether space.
Y'all did y'all
Yeah.
did great. Everybody interacted with this puzzle in an interesting way. I loved what everyone was doing, the talking to the plants, the checking traps for every room, the looking at every surface, the shadow play with everything, just trying to like it's the joy of puzzles is just like throwing rocks at a thing until it falls over, you know, to figure it out if it happens. I'm
I
going
feel like we need to do an escape room as a group.
that would be
to
fun.
Help us with
That
this.
Yeah.
would be fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to close out the stream, guys. Thanks to any who joined us on our adventure for the evening. We will not be playing next week because we are down one member, but we will be playing the week after that as we continue our story into Tomb of Annihilation. I'd like to thank my amazing cast for being spectacular this evening. Thank you for making your way through the puzzle. What struggle it was, appreciate it. And yeah, good game. Good game, guys. Y'all take care. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.